Hey guys, welcome to the Real Life with Queen V show. Hope everyone's having a good day. We're halfway through the week. I hope you guys are doing your thing and sticking to your goals. Okay, you guys, speaking of sticking to your goals, I have a special dope guest. Okay, his name is Jay Loud, and he's been definitely sticking to his goals since I met him I think it's like a year ago. He's been consistent in his music. He's doing his motherfucking thing, and he's a bomb ass motherfucking dad. So it's how do you balance all this? Because he's amazing in all areas. So we definitely got to see, okay? Because he does his motherfucking thing, and he is not from here, by the way. Okay, well, let's figure out where he's from. Let's welcome Jay Loud. Hey, welcome.
Hey, what it do?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, so tell everybody where you're from and a little bit about yourself. Why get more people in here?
Yeah. I know sis gave me a nickname. She said J Loud, but it's FL Loud. And I come from I was born in Brussels in Belgium, but I was raised in the East Coast. So hopefully people could, sense from my style. But yeah, I've been out here in Dallas for a good
Belgium. That's what Belgium. What state?
Brussels in Europe.
That's where you're from, is Europe?
It's milk. It's milk. Yeah. So
what brought you out here?
Well,
Europe?
of course it's a story, but yeah, no, my mother, rest in peace, she passed away when I was 2 years old. So after that, kind of migrated to the US and yeah, been out here ever since.
How many years you been out here?
In the US. So I just turned 31. Hey, I still feel young. But
Yeah,
so I've been here since I was 2 years old. So yeah, 29 years.
So you think you'll ever go back? Do you go visit?
Nah, I'm Americanized now.
So you can't go back.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely go back to visit, family, but to live, nah, I'm good here.
Did y'all have a different foods that y'all ate? Did you have a different way you ate things?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. One of my go-tos still to this day. I mean, we have African descent as well too. My father's from Africa, so we ate a lot of African food, fufu, legume. But as far as Belgium, I still eat crepes to this day. I like it a certain type of way, but that's just something that's always going to be in me.
Yeah, I'm super proud. I'm super freaking impressed. Okay, so where did the music journey come? Did it start in Europe when you were in diapers?
I guess you could say that. My first tape or my first CD I ever got from my father was the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
So I think we
I can see that with you. I can see that.
Yeah. And I think we chopped it up before, but I used to think I was a member of the Jacksons, you know what I mean? So everything I did was really just towards entertainment, you know what I mean? But that's where I fell in love with music. And then as far as rapping, really, we all been doing it in the lunchroom, just rap battling people.
Yeah.
But I went to Penn State University, and that's where shouts to my guys, Mitch, my guy Mark. They're the ones who really introduced me to the studio. Anybody could rap, but actually putting your time and investment into it was really in college in Penn State. So
yeah. Oh, now that's dope. And you stayed there the whole you graduated from that. What was your
nah, I ain't gonna lie, I was money hungry, so I was I used to work nighttime, night shift, so I wasn't really, I was good. School was I think, not to say too much, but I think it's easy if you apply yourself. But at that time, I was not focused on that. You know what I mean? So I salute everybody who does go to school and do the whole 4 years. But I feel if your grind is is intact, school or not, you can still make it through in this world.
Oh, for sure. Because I definitely agree with you on that.
Hey, really? Yeah, I feel you.
Okay, so who's your biggest artistic influences? I know, probably Michael Jackson, but who else?
I can name three.
Yeah, for sure.
Three. Okay. Of course, Michael Jackson. And then being from the East Coast, I used to emulate Jay-Z. Just as far as not even just rapping wise, just as far as how his movements, business wise, mindset. I just feel he's upper echelon to me. And then it's a toss up between Fabulous. I know he's watered down now, but a lot of people like to. But
I did
my list. Yeah, and then Andre 3000. So I know I gave you four, but those are my Mount Rushmore.
Andre, okay, I can see the Andre 3000 too, for sure. Okay, where do you find your inspiration?
Inspiration?
Yeah,
that's a good question. for those who follow me know that like I have two kids, my daughter and my son. Um, they really are my inspiration because they came in at a time where like I felt like I needed to like focus and like I needed to settle down, and it's not all about you kind of thing, you know.
Right.
It really
Right.
like put a fire beneath me, you know what I mean? So like they're really still to this day my inspiration. And then yeah, like
Your kids, you bring them everywhere. I
hey,
love how you
yeah,
like perform, like even when you're interviewed, they're like right there. And I love how you're so like y'all's relationship is really put
thank
together
you.
well. Yeah, I
Thank
love that. I love that. So are they like your biggest fans?
you. Yeah, that's a fact. Like they'll let me know if something's trash too. They kind of like my dictators. So like if they singing along with me, then I know I have to go. If they looking at me kind of weird, then it's like, yeah, maybe I'm doing too much, you know?
Uh-huh. Okay. So
Yeah.
the music that you make, is it suitable for your kids to be able to listen to and something that you feel like, you can listen to this and, become outstanding?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Everybody speaks French, so everybody says a curse or two. So like,
Yeah, for sure.
no, we're not perfect, but
Why did I
I
think you were
think,
talking about like real French? Like everybody speaks French. I'm like, wait a minute, you
oh
speak
no, no,
French?
no, like everybody
No,
says a
yeah.
cuss or two, but like I think with my music, I try to like focus on just making saying a message. You know what I mean? So like, I was saying that to say like I might curse here and there and stuff like that, and my kids are real good on knowing to like skip over that word.
Mhm.
But as long as the message is there, then I want them to know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
For sure, for sure. Hi, Sherry. I just saw
Ooh.
that. My bad. For sure. Okay. So, what motivates you to create? Like, it's time to create. You had a long day. You're not really up for it. What motivates you besides the
Yeah,
kids? Because the kids is like, look, I just got the kids. I got to do this.
yeah. Nah, roll me something good. Like, give me some good green. You know what I mean? Give me something that like I need some space. You know, I don't like to
Okay.
like I've done it before, but like being in a crowd of people to like think, I don't like to do that. Just give me some time to like be by myself.
Sure.
I allow uh like when I'm making music, I really allow the beat to talk to me first. So I might jot down a few things here and there, just have like
Mhm.
mindsets or where I'm going, but
Okay.
I let the beat talk to me for like a day or two, and then I really start creating.
So just one beat, or do you have like a list of beats? Like I'm gonna get my
Hey,
top
I'm
five.
glad you asked that. The way my mind works, I know everybody has their own crazy little genius, but I have to work at least 2 to 3 beats at a time, so that way I don't get too saturated in one. So my mind is still fresh, and then even if I think of other ideas in another beat, I might be like, "Hey, this fits better on this beat." But because I have those three in rotation, it just stays fresh in my head. You know what I mean?
For sure. For sure. Okay. I like that. I like that idea.
Hey,
So whenever you put like, okay, so you're getting in the beats, is it like a certain amount of beats? Like, okay, the certain kind of beat, like, okay, you're making an EP. So it's like
yeah,
you have to have this same style because you can't just have like, I mean, I guess you could, depending on it's your world, but like songs of different kind of beats. You try to jazz it up or you try to make the beats flow. So it's like I'm putting a different style on each beat, but the beats are all like the same kind of beat in a sense.
right.
Or do you mix it up?
No, 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 no. I see where you're going. Right. You try to like, if you have a little small core fan base, you try to like tend to them because they want to hear you like how you started. But just as far as music and like just for yourself or me, I want to expand. I like to try different things. I like to like,
Okay.
be outside the box, because music is timeless. You never know. You might think and it don't hit, but it's gonna hit to somebody.
Gonna hit for to somebody. You're fucking right. For sure, for sure. So when is your favorite time to create?
Um, Favorite time to create is, of course, probably nighttime. But I'm an early bird, so like while everybody's sleeping, I feel like that's where my mind is like running crazy.
Mhm. So when do you sleep?
Hey, nah, sleep is
I
for
was
the
gonna say
dead.
when everybody
Nah,
sleeps, my mind is running crazy. So when do you freaking sleep?
yeah,
Hey
nah,
Ron. Hey girl. One of the toughest on the mic. On my mama, he is on my mama.
hey, nah,
I'm telling
thank
you,
you.
I've been trying to get him for the last year. It's like took
Hey,
forever. I met him when I was interviewing Vita Loca, and he was right up in
yeah,
there. Yeah, remember?
nah, that's love. Thank you.
You're
But
welcome.
yeah, no,
And
no, I try to get some sleep for sure, for sure. But nah, we young. What we trying to get it as much as we can,
for sure, but you got to definitely make sure you take care of your body because it'd be
for sure.
horrible that like everything that you've been working towards when you get there you just collapse because the whole time you didn't take care of your body.
That's a biggie.
Your
That's a
body's like a
big.
car. You got to take care of it. It's gonna
No,
break
that's a fact.
down, and then you got to buy another one, and they're expensive.
Yeah, yeah.
And it may not be put together. You see these girls with these BBLs and looking disproportional.
Yeah,
They ain't not working
BBLs.
out.
Even some dudes now. Dudes is getting crazy
It
too.
is. They is, and they sitting there getting that. They're getting weave and sitting their hair for like the waves for the babes and shit. This is crazy. They taking
Crazy.
it too seriously.
Yeah.
Justin Barack Obama's sheriff. This is the collab I want to see, and you and him would be massive. Ooh, Justin Barack Obama shit.
Hey.
Sheffield.
God.
This is the collab I want to see. Yeah. That would be dope. Do you know them?
Who? Barack Obama?
You and him with would be massive.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what I said. That's my guy. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like sorry to chat, but like I feel like as an artist here in the DFW, it's it's a small community once you get into it. But like if you're an artist that like really you have to like keep your ears tapped to the street. So like people might not like talk to each other all day, but we see each other. We see what they're doing, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
So describe how music is important to society, do you think?
Oh, it's everything. You already know. I feel like everybody like it's a mood changer. It's like me like everything I do. I have to have like a music theme or something in the background. I'm humming or doing something. It's just it. It keeps somebody going. It keeps the world going for real. For real. Imagine the world without music. It would be, I think, great.
It'd be horrible. It'd be dead. I don't know exactly like, some of, I guess, I don't know if it'd be so much sexist and, kids running around with these guns and everything because they wouldn't have so much to see. But
Yeah,
it would
trading their music. Yeah.
It'd be different. For sure. What happened? I think his camera went off or something. Okay, well, in the meantime, see you take a motherfucking shot. Period. Whoa, that was strong. Period. I fell out. I totally made up his name in the beginning. That's what happens when I just, I'm rushing through. Like I didn't know. But I don't know what happened. Okay, so your music, it's just like your camera's gone. I can't hear you though either. Yeah, probably a good idea that he comes back in. Anyways, you guys, how's you guys' week been going? Oh my God, I hope you guys been sticking to those goals like I said before, period. What are y'all doing this weekend? Don't be turning up this weekend and you ain't achieving no goals and you ain't got no money for the week because I know how y'all be doing. Okay, he's back. Welcome back.
Hey, my fault. Got a call.
Oh, that's what was happening. Okay. So how long have you been taking music seriously? Like, I know you've been doing music for a long time, but people like been doing music for a long time and then they take it serious after so long.
Yeah. Really, that's a good question. Like I said, shouts to my guys out in college. They really try to they put the battery in my back to see like the seriousness of this, But when I moved out here to Texas, I went to the Art Institute of Dallas when I first came out here, and just really trying to get the ins and out of like being in the studio, recording, understanding and mastering sound, and that's where I feel like I really put my eggs in a basket, And I kind of fell back as far as like engineering and doing all that, but as far as being an artist, as far as like being in the music business, that's when I feel like around like 2010, 11, 12, that's where I was like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do.
Okay. And so, do you practice before you perform? Some people just feel like they got it. Like they're like, when I get ready, I don't practice. Like I just get on there and do my thing.
Nah, hell nah. Nah, I practice all the way up to it's crazy. I was just talking to my mans about this. I be shaking right before you go.
You do. You say you get nervous.
Yeah, that's a fact. But I think that's a good thing and a bad thing. I'm trying to break it. But to go back to your question, I practice. I feel like practice makes perfect. You know what I mean? You just want to. That's your biggest fear. Like you just don't never want to be in front of a mass and just forget your whole shit. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, you just want to make sure that you got everything to the step, to the way you change the mic to your other hand, the way everything.
The way you change your mic to your hand. Okay, so do you cuff your mic or do you know how to hold your mic?
Oh yeah. I cuff it. I'm telling you, I used to study QueenV, so
you
I
cuff the top of it, like the silver part where you're supposed to be speaking into.
Nah, not all the time. Like I try to so you could see my face, and you know what I mean, Yeah, so
Okay, cool. That's yeah, because you definitely don't want to cuff it like that. But you should have came to Who's Poppin' Television and auditioned, because you would have like blew it away.
hey, okay, thank you.
Definitely blew it away. Okay, so your energy is like everything when you get on that stage. Like,
Hey,
did
love.
you have to, does it just come naturally, or is that something that you had to like prepare yourself for? Like, when I step on the stage, I've got to really just give myself a different kind of energy.
Nah, I'm telling you, like I really thought I was Michael Jackson. So like back in the day, I
Bro,
used to
like your
rip
dancing
my
is fucking sick. Like you're doing
oh
like little Michael Jackson's kid. Like it's supposed to be this is his cousin, you guys, like in real life. Like if you
that's
see his
funny.
dance moves,
Thank you.
you should
Nah,
give dance lessons.
I'm a little rusty now, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, as far as like just the entertainment wise, like even in church, like when I was in church, just the way I played the piano, just you know, I was just always like I could always see myself in front of people, even though
You
I
can
act
play the
nervous and
piano
all
too.
that. But I always like had that implanted, even when I used to practice in my room. Just the vision is always being in front of people.
Hmm.
So I kind of like I know I talk shit, I know I be shaking and stuff, but in the end of the day, this is what I'm ready for this. You know what I mean?
You ready? You ready? Okay,
Yeah.
so you're so ready. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Hey, okay. The big question.
The big one.
In 5 years, I think I have a good set of like connections that I'm building right now. So in the next 5 years, I just want to be able to like be in good position as far as like opening up for people. We have some stuff coming up, sis. I'm gonna tell you, but we're opening up for people. And then as far as like the business too, I want to be able to invest in where like I could be on stage, but I want to bring something else to the table. You know what I mean? So like if I
Okay.
be able to invest and at least be able to like see a return that way, that's what I want to be, or that's where I see myself in the next like 2, 3 years. But in
Ron,
five
I
years,
love when you
for
watch
sure.
this. Ron said, "Hey G, have you been stage frightened?" Yeah, we were like ran off stage.
Oh, ran off stage? No, 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 not ran off stage, but I've definitely like there's two things. Like I can't smoke or drink beforehand
Really?
because I've tried it before, and this one time I went on stage and I completely blacked out. And with that, it's like you damn near gotta like
Like you
improvise.
forgot your words, or like you were drunk and
Yeah,
just
yeah. I just forgot what I wrote my own shit, but I forgot what I wrote. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you can do that.
And yeah,
Yeah,
you just
for
gotta
sure.
improvise. But like I said, that's the worst feel. That's my
But you don't have
worst
to
fear.
knock the edge off though, like taking a little sip, or like what I'm saying, hitting the blunt, smoking
Yeah,
just a little to knock the edge off. Like you don't got no
yeah.
kind of control.
I want to be able to get to where I can do that. I do because
It's
I
good that you're
love
doing it
seeing
soberly. You facing it.
I love seeing people like do that because I be seeing people. But me, no, my
I'm
formula.
done.
Let me just chill beforehand. But then
I'm done.
afterwards, yeah, come on now, let's go. Roll me up one.
He said, "Well, we have 1 or 6 because I just sat there and did the whole
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
show. It was
Out here.
nervous as fuck."
Yeah. Nice, nice.
Okay, so do you know your purpose when it comes to your music and what you're doing?
Yes, ma'am.
You feel like you're walking in it right now, and do you feel like you still have some growth?
Yes, I definitely feel like I'm walking into it right now. But yes, as far as growth, yes, I definitely feel like there's a lot more that I need to do.
Hello, world. Hey.
Hey,
Okay, so what strengths do you think you have as an artist, like, that separates you from other artists?
hey, okay, no, okay. Not to like toot horns and shit, but like I think just patience, resilience. You know what I mean? Like I
Okay.
think any artist, like they hit a certain point, and it's like, damn, should we still do this? Like, are we ever gonna make it? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I feel like you don't even gotta think, like you shouldn't even think about that. You just gotta continue going. Consistency is key.
Facts.
All my other endeavors outside of like music, that formula is always stuck and has always worked. So it's like, nah, even if you feel like you're not at the point where you're at right now, if you stay consistent, you're gonna eventually get there.
Do you feel like you have like a more like you have more to bring to the table than some artists, because like you got the dance moves, you're fucking cold on the fucking mic,
Hey,
and then you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like you have other things to like bring to the table. Then you fucking can play like the fucking piano. So like, what I'm saying? There's so much more that you're bringing to the table that makes somebody want to say like, "Hey, I want to listen to him. He can put on a show. He can he can do his little
Hey,
dances. Spin in a circle and
hey,
end up on the
do his
fucking
little
piano."
dances. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They end up on a piano doing his fucking thing. Like you can literally put on a show compared to some artists.
yeah.
All they can do is fucking rap.
No, thank you. Yeah, no, I've always like I said, not the toot horns, but like I've always tried to like strive myself and just
Oh, Ron is good. Ron, I need you to do
hey,
a co-host show with me one day. He said, "What did you experience during your rap career that you'll never forget?"
experience. That's deep too. That's a deep question. Probably just just putting your trust in people. You know what I mean? Like you think that some people is like there for you, but like it's
It's a
tough. You got
dangerous game.
Yeah, you gotta like find your family, your core people, because everybody
Puzzle,
really wants to be on the top
puzzle
or wants to be
pieces, dude.
seen or wants to be,
And will sell you out in a heartbeat.
that's a fact.
Like
That's a fact.
just just to get to like over your like people want to get close to you to see how you're doing it. But it's like you're not me. I could give you the book and I could give you the open book test and you're never gonna pass it because what's for me is for me. So you should figure out your journey. Okay. Like guess what? You can't have mine.
Yeah,
That's just in general.
real
But it's
shit.
real. It's real. People is weird out here. So like your music is really dope. What do you have to say for your fans? Like, they're waiting.
Hey, okay. Nah, if you're waiting, just like I appreciate the patience. It's life be life, and so, and then it's a journey too. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, people fall in love with who you are before like the music. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
hopefully the people that's been watching the journey just know that yeah, I try to stay true to who I am. I got a big heart. It's a gift and a curse, but um
Mhm.
uh, I'm like stern to like my beliefs. I'm focused. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me. You know what I mean? And in the time where like shit is watered down and like our attention span is short, I really appreciate the core people that like wake up with me in the morning and really rock with me.
Be over there working your ass off, working out
Hey, you feel me? I try
early in
to.
the morning. That's inspiration right there. Y'all thought I woke up early. This motherfucker, he gonna wake up early. I'm talking about 4:30 in
Yeah,
the morning
but
over there really working the fuck out. It's like, what are you doing? It's 4:30 in the morning. Like,
hey,
I gotta get out. Like consistent. And then you
yeah.
say like when the kids go to bed, that's when you like have time to you. But then you're up at 4:30 like working out. So like when do you sleep? He doesn't
Nah, it's
sleep.
just a mental thing. You know what I mean? Like yeah, I be following and watching a lot of people that I feel like
Me
they
too.
do the same thing I do. You just got to wake
Motivation.
up early.
Facts.
You do the same thing. Even if you go to sleep late, your mind is already, or like your body is already like programmed to like, I get the fuck
Get
up.
up. And your body feels different when you don't get that working in. Like I haven't worked out in probably a week and I'm just sitting here just dragging. I'm just like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with me?
Nah, it's a lifestyle. It's cool. We're gonna be doing it when we're 60, 7 years old.
Fucking right, because I might be still got her groove back, but it might not
Hey,
feel like
yeah, talk,
me.
yeah.
Because what? I refuse. You know what I'm saying? We get one life and I'm gonna make sure I enjoy it all the way until it's
That's a
time for me
fact.
to go.
That's a biggie. That's a big.
Okay. Do you write your own music?
Oh, of course. Damn, you try to Drake me? That's crazy. That's
Just trying to say, you know what I'm saying?
nah, nah.
So, what do you feel about people that don't know how to write music? Do you feel like it's a bad thing?
I mean, once you get to like a certain point, I feel like if you become like a machine where you have to like create at a pace where like us normal individuals can't, then I understand where you get work or help from other people. But the core like MC, the hip hop head in me is like, nah, you should. Everybody should write their own raps, or
Okay,
write
now
their
what if
music.
they can't write? Like, I mean, it shit it just doesn't make sense. Like, some people just aren't
Damn.
gifted, and it's like
So yeah, if you can't write, it's like are you talking about as far as rapping or singing or just both music?
both, like just general. Like they're talented, like they have the style, they have the stage presence, but they
Yeah.
just can't make sense on this fucking piece of paper. They get turning into books.
I'm thinking of like examples like Beyonce. Like I don't care if she writes or not. She's fire. She's like
Fucking
talented
fire as fuck. Yeah, yeah.
as far
Like
as like
okay, like that.
her talent, yeah, her vocals. Now, if you say Drake, hearing that it's like nah, just the way he talks sometimes on his in his raps, it makes you feel like he's just and he is
I'm
like
not
I'm
a
not. This
fan
is
of
not like
Drake.
a
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of Drake.
for real. This is not
Yeah,
like a Bass Drake type of vibe, but like I just feel like he kind of lose points with
never
not
makes you.
writing his own.
I'm not a fan of him. I'm not.
Yeah, he still got slaps now.
I mean, he's okay. Like, what I'm saying? I just, what I'm saying? I liked him better in Degrassi
Oh shit, that's crazy.
in the wheelchair. I was
Wheelchair
on that
Jimmy.
shit. I was on that shit like white on rice. The fuck? I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
Degrassi. Okay, so before you go into the studio, is it like the same thing when you perform? You can't smoke, can't drink, like you're just like
Oh no no no
totally
no.
focused.
No no no. Performing is different than just like creating or brainstorming. Yeah, please roll me something. You know what I mean? Even pour me something. You know, when we
Okay.
brainstorming, yeah, I definitely want to be on that type of vibe for sure.
Ron said, "How do you amp yourself up to follow through on a performance with no crowd?" Ooh,
Hey, that's a good question.
that's a
That
good
boy, yeah,
question.
he sounds
Oh
like
God,
the
because it be
hardest
like that when
question.
you step out and there's nobody there. You're like,
Yeah, I think all of us as an artist go through that, have to go through that. I think, you know what I mean? That's part of like the development, I guess you could say.
but is that
But
what we were supposed to bring, or the artist? Because you know what I'm saying, the artist is supposed to bring their crowd. Like you say, you're
yeah,
rocking, you're doing it. So why did you show up with one person? At least you should have your five that you're performing in front of.
right. No,
Makes
no, for
sense.
sure. Like that's you're going deeper. Like that's another thing. Like, um, yeah, no, I believe that like you bringing a crowd is always good, just
That's important.
for your sake, for your worth. You know what I mean?
Especially when they tell me they don't want to pay. It's because I used to throw shows. I used to throw a lot of shows like back in, and I was the one that invested, the $2,000 to, bring out this artist or whatever. And then you book these
Yeah,
artists and they're mad because they have to pay, $20 to perform and get in, but they can't even bring a crowd. Like it's like, okay, well, sell these tickets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna give you
yeah,
these tickets. You can put the money back in your pocket and bring people. Well, you can't bring people, but you're gonna plan about $20 to perform tonight. Bro, I just invested $2,000 in this club. If you don't get the fuck away
that's
from
a
me,
fact. No, no, you absolutely right. You know what I
because
mean?
what?
And I feel like you have to like build a want for somebody to come out on a Tuesday or Wednesday night to come
Yeah,
see.
you're gonna have to throw something. So even though you're bringing this artist out, it has to be something to grab the artist. Like, what are they gonna
Right,
win? What are they gonna get? Like,
right.
if it's like a party, it's worthless. Do not
Yeah,
bring these people out here to
come on.
party. Can they get something? What can they get? They need to have some knowledge that they're leaving with, some merch, some money, something, so that they want to come out. But the thing is you're gonna win $500. You're gonna get the studio time, or we're gonna give you these beats. We're gonna put you on, but you're still complaining for the $20. You can't come in here broke. Artists don't want to invest in themselves and they think everything's fucking free. If you made it to the big world already,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be on my line, sweetie. Like they don't understand that. That shit is so ratchet. So
Nah,
can you
you're gonna
bring a
have
crowd?
you need some, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, you need some coins in order for anything, you know what I mean? If you want to make anything shake, you know. It's
No,
like
for
back in the
sure.
day, the people that like we consider like high upper echelon, like if it wasn't like drug money or whatever, they had money in their pocket to like invest in themselves,
To
you know.
invest in themselves. I don't know what happened to where people feel like they don't have to invest in themselves anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
nah,
and that's what's wrong. Everybody feel it's everybody, like not everybody, but majority of people feel like they're the it factor. And it's like, you're not even getting paid for your music.
yeah, yeah.
It's just, who
Mhm.
cares that you're popular? Who gives a fuck that you're getting all these fucking views? Are you getting a check for this shit? Because that's
That's a
what's
big
important.
nah,
The fucking money.
you right.
You know what I'm saying? People aren't gonna fucking remember you. You like, okay, yeah, after the mics is over, your name's over with too. Did you leave a legacy? Did you leave anything? Did you make a difference?
Yeah, that's a
It's
fact.
fucking ridiculous.
That's a
People
fact.
don't think that hard about it. Okay, so how many songs do you record at a time? You're at the studio, and what you doing? Just one?
No, no. I mean, it depends on like the vibes, of course, but like for the most part, shouts to my God blessings. If I'm at my God blessings,
Blessings.
I don't like to waste nobody's time. That's like my main engineer. I'm usually
This
in.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, his name is Blessings. Well, that's my God. That's always been my engineer ever since. Like I told you, I went to Art Institute of Dallas, and that's where we met. And ever since then, we've been like that. And yeah, um, yeah, I'll go in there and like I'll do 2 to 3 songs at a time,
Okay.
just because
How long
we
does it
already
take
know.
you? Like you're in there for like hours?
Uh, no, 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 not at all. Like let's say if he has like a 2 hour minimum,
Mhm.
I'm done with like the songs in like an hour and a half, two
Cool.
hours,
Okay.
like no more than 2 hours for sure.
You
But
don't
that's
play
like,
no games.
yeah, no, we go in there, we don't talk to each other. He already has a template of my voice. You know what I mean? So we just test the mic 1 2 1 2, and then we
Mhm.
just start getting to work.
He
You
said,
know?
test the mic 1 2 1 2. We're gonna get down to business because this is
Yeah, and
money
then we
on the
get to
line.
work. Yeah, yeah.
Marcus said, what is your biggest challenge in the industry?
Um, that's a good question. I think that reverts back to like just knowing who's real, knowing who to rock with. You know what I mean? Like, I know you be seeing like topics about like gatekeepers and stuff like that, where it's like,
Mhm.
uh, don't worry about them. Just really try to find the right connections, your own connections, and then yeah, like you said, just invest in yourself. You know what I mean? But as
Yeah.
far as like yeah, the biggest hurdle, that's really it. Just trusting people, finding the right people to be for you. Because regardless, it's going to take a team to like get to where you want to, but you just have to find the
That
right.
the right team, and that's like the hard part. Hi, mamas. She said, "Hey, what are we talking about here? Music, the industry, what challenges he faces in the industry, and now we're about to talk about who he would most like to collab with if he could collab with
Hey,
anybody.
okay.
Dead or
Um,
I can kind of I have an idea of one. Which
yeah,
do you
yeah.
say?
Of course, yeah. If I mean,
Oh my God, Juan just said that too. We said the same question. That is freaking crazy.
if I could get a song with Hove, Jay-Z, Fab,
Really?
um, Andre 3000, that would be like, I
What
feel
happened
like
to
that would,
Michael?
Michael. I feel like when somebody's too upper echelon is like, what do
Fucking
you
so
what
fucking badass with the dancing though.
what would you say? Like, what would I say on the track? Like with Michael, that's
Let me do my thing. That's it. And do your thing.
yeah, I guess
Because your
so. But like,
dance
yeah,
moves
nah,
is smooth. Did you take dance classes?
oh, nah, don't gas me. Don't gas me. I feel like I'm rusty, but no, in college I definitely took, dancers. We was dancers, especially in the East Coast, like that's what we used to do, just dance, play ball, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I figured that a long time ago I figured that and I could incorporate dance with um my rap because just like he said, people don't just want to see you standing on stage. They
They
want to
want
see
to see
you
it.
moving around, you know what I mean? So
You're
yeah.
freaking right. And so that, yeah, I think that just definitely separates you because whenever I seen you perform, I was like, whoa, where's he from? Because he is putting on a show, honey. We got to
Hey,
get an interview.
thank you.
And Marcus said, collab with me, of course. Yeah. On
Hey,
some, on some, on you can collab with him on some money shit. He
hey,
definitely
okay,
on
okay.
any kind of, yeah. He used to train me with life insurance and shit and had me right until he left. He left me behind.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the sexiest female artist out right now? Not
Oh,
Sexy Red.
not get me in trouble, brother. Okay, okay. Okay. Uh the sexiest.
I
Damn.
love her.
Oh, as far as like the artists,
Yeah, her sexy. If I can be honest, I can name a list.
you know, I find them attractive, but I just don't like this whole like fake new wave or like everybody just slimming down, getting thick, using fake shit. Like I just don't like that. Just give me somebody natural, somebody out the way. That's
Slim
really
in there. You
more
say,
like
oh, you don't like that the women's getting thick?
no, what? No, what? Never say that. No,
Oh,
I love when women get thick, but it's more so like when you
the
start
fake thick.
enhancing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Marcus said, what happened to the artist that used to rock with the DJ? Do you have one?
That used to rock with the DJ. That's a
You don't. Yeah, remember back in the day, you right, Marcus,
yeah,
though. The artist always went with the DJ. You show the
yeah.
fuck right.
That's a very good question. No,
I think
yeah,
you
I
like
think
this interview because you say that all the time. This is a very good question.
yeah, no, that is because you get simple questions at time to time, but yeah, no, I think just times change. You know what I mean? Times change. Some people still have like DJs. Some people still do, but I think yeah, nah, times change.
But
I
why do
would
you think
rather,
it's like that? Because the DJ still have the plug. Like they're the ones that are spinning your music. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So you definitely want to be around a popular good ass DJ. Shout out to DJ Papa Ron though.
yeah. That's
Oh,
OG, yeah, big bro.
yeah, yeah. Um, okay, so do you memorize your music? Or like do you have it
Oh,
on your
of
phone when
course.
you go to the studio?
Oh, no. When I'm with Blessings, most of all the time, I memorize it.
Yeah, perfect.
Like let's say if we're just creating with like a bunch of niggas or like just my guys or whatever, then yeah, whatever I write down in my phone,
Mhm.
then that's what I'm standing over the mic and that's what I'm reading off of.
For sure. Okay. Okay. Deal. Now, when you go perform live, are you like the type that has like your music playing over you? So like you're singing or rapping over you, or do you just play the instrumental and you do your thing?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I know you've seen my show before, but like, yeah, no, I would never play like my vocals in the back. I'm just I'm
That's how
30,
it's supposed to
like
be.
I'm a old
You know,
head,
it's supposed to
but
be,
like
yeah.
I really study like the old MCs and yeah, that's not like a real MC move. They have to like hear you clear, you know what I mean? They have to like be able to see you do your thing for real live.
That's how good question, homie. Because that's how it's supposed to be for sure. But I
Yeah.
don't think a lot of people realize that. Okay,
Facts.
so what was like your best performance? Like a memory that you have, like it was like your best performance, and you tore
Hey,
up the motherfucking stage.
okay. Yeah, okay, two, not to like, yeah, but I think um, I had got the opportunity to perform in Guam. Um, they flew me out there. I know it was crazy. Like,
Oh,
they flew me out there, hotel, everything. It was for like this lady. She worked like in the embassy or whatever the case was, but she was able to found. It was a group of us that she found, and she thought that we was dope, and she flew us out to Guam. Yeah, and I think that was like that's where I really feel like you feel sometimes you feel like damn I'm like right there. You know what I mean?
that
And
shit
I was
is
like,
dope.
yeah, no, that's like my highest. Even though it's
So
like
did
what
you
have
think
you
like
done
in the
for me?
beginning
But
if it was a scam, like how did you know like this was real? Because it's like she
yeah,
found
that's so I'm telling you, like even all the way to like me going to the airport, and then at that time it's crazy. It was crazy, but
did she have to give you a deposit or you just was like moving on faith, like she gonna do what she
nah,
does?
she didn't give us no deposit. She just sent over like the confirmation for like the plane ticket,
Oh,
confirmation for
okay.
like the hotel. It
Oh
was
yeah, so
17-hour flight, and yeah, well, we got on that plane and we went out there, and that
okay. How long ago was this?
this was this had to be like like I said, it's all about what have you done for me lately, but like 20 2018,
That's
2019.
stupid though. Stupid though. Stupid though.
Yeah, yeah.
You did, I'm glad you did it right before the COVID was boy. You might have been
Hey,
stuck over
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then Ron said, play something. Give us a live performance.
Nah, that's crazy. Damn, for real? I was about to say, nah, please,
Yeah.
please, big bro, like, I'm opening up for Wu Tang out in Trees, September 5th.
Okay.
Please, please, just support. And then I'm gonna put on the show, and yeah, I'm always on deck. I'm always on deck, but yeah, nah, please just support there, and then I'll put on the show for sure.
For sure. Okay. And then Marcus says, what was the worst venue you performed at? Yeah, that's a good one. That's hilarious.
Damn.
There's probably, I know there's been some because I didn't
Yeah,
know this.
yeah, yeah.
I
Nah, I
didn't know.
love Dallas to the T. Both my kids are born here, so like a piece of my heart's from here. But nah, you encounter some shit, some hole in the wall. And it's more so not even like the venue, it's more so the promoter. You know what I mean? Like the promoter behind it be bullshit. But um I feel like as an artist, you have to go through like the holes in the walls in order for development. You know what I mean?
Mm,
For real.
for sure, for sure. But how many holes in the wall do you have to go to that before you're like, okay, I'm over the holes in the wall. I'm better than that.
Yeah,
Or,
nah.
and you always go to the holes in the wall.
Oh, no way, no way. That's another thing too. You just don't want to make yourself too accessible to people, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
Hey,
I feel
somebody
like
just told me
your
that the
worth
other day.
diminishes.
I literally just heard that the other day. They're like, you cannot make yourself too accessible because people will just like bring you any fucking where.
That's a big fact. That's a biggie, you know what I mean? You just don't
So
want to
like,
be
what do you say? Like, I'm just too busy, even though you're like eating popcorn on a fucking couch.
those who know me know I'm infamous on like, oh yeah, I'll be there. I'm gonna be there. And yeah, nah, I'm not gonna be
Damn. So then you're not keeping your word. So then people can't trust you. Like, you're not
there.
gonna keep it real and be like, I'm just not coming tonight.
I feel like my core people that know me. Like I don't they won't even ask me to go to like certain
But I don't
places.
feel like I know somebody who was like that. Just line away.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Thank you. Okay, so how do you market yourself?
Yeah. I'm the main thing that I do is on Instagram. I have every other thing, but Instagram is really the big thing. But I'm about to
Okay,
drop a
so how do
single.
you market yourself on Instagram? Like, because my thing on Instagram is the fact that you can't share your post only so much. Like on Facebook, you can share them in tons of groups, and those groups have tons of people in it. So like you're literally marketing yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, on Instagram, it's cool. You can do your little bit, but Instagram's the place to be. But it just isn't, it's not adding up in my head because it's like you can't really share your post like that.
right. No, it's more so like nowadays with Instagram, it's like they want you to pay to play. So like they want you to do something like the ads and stuff like that. And
Oh, so you do the ads.
yeah, yeah, not to every post for sure, not. But like if I wanted to get to the masses, yes, man. You know what I mean? Because like I was talking to my man. It's like we're our own label. You know what I mean? We don't have a
Okay.
label that's putting money into us. So it's like we have to find certain ways to like not break the bank. Don't kill yourself, but like put money here there so that way it could drive to other places where You know, in Instagram, you could set it to where you wanted to just be promoted in Chicago or Atlanta or
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that's
So
smart.
then you just build your own, you know.
So what, like, what it is? It just falls into these people's Facebook, like their timeline or something like that.
Yeah, it's like you. Like I know you. There's times where you're on Instagram or anything, and you sometimes scroll and you see some shit where like you don't follow them. You don't know how it got
Mm,
to your
yeah.
timeline or feed, but it just
Yes.
pops up. You know what I mean? Because yeah, those other people doing ads.
Okay, so Instagram is about money. So you gotta have a little bit of money to play with Instagram, is what it's sounding like.
Yeah, like I said, you just gonna have to
Facebook is
have
the
big
broke.
little
Facebook is
coins.
for broke people.
Nah, nah, don't say
Instagram is
that.
people that have a little bit of cash to invest in themselves, clearly, because
Now it's
Instagram.
good to do Facebook ads too, and then Google ads, and yeah, no, like right now
Google
I'm
ads.
about to
What
really
are you doing with
do
the Google ads? Like, what are you putting in Google? Your Facebook?
yeah, so like yeah, no, like traffic. So like so you want traffic to come to you like your website or your song, your YouTube, you know what I mean? So like or you could do YouTube ads as well too. So like where you know when you go on YouTube and you pop up a video and then right before the video there's an ad. Yeah, if you pay for the right ad, your video could be shown right before, you know. So um
Okay.
yeah, so that's a and then right
That's
now
dope.
I'm also like doing a project with my guy Incognito. So another thing too is like
That's his name incognito, or this is going to be incognito.
no, his name is A and then Cognito. So A
Okay.
Cognito.
That is dope.
Yeah, yep. So yeah, we have a project coming together and yeah, with us too, I'm telling you, we're gonna put our resources together to really try to make a big budget and then really be our own label and like yeah, you know, just saturate, just yeah, flood, keep on just hitting the streets.
Would you ever consider performing poetry?
Yeah, I seen that question. Yeah, I have a few vibes where I felt like I was on my Wale shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I love poetry. I love it.
Yeah. I could tell your style is different.
Hey,
I
thank
love
you.
it. But you can tell you put like a different lot of people, different artists like all together in it. Like it was kind of, it was like, okay, but then when you got to dancing, it's like he definitely likes Michael Jackson. I'm talking about you had like the practice. I seen your Instagram. I mean, it was just insane. I'm like, oh, he's
Hey,
really doing his thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It really does this. Trust me, Google ads are a scam and a waste of money. But what are you putting like in the Google ads?
Yeah, I mean, after a while, yeah. So like, I I haven't done Google Ads for like music, but like for other endeavors, right? Like for other stuff that we do, it's okay. It's good to start up just to like I said, just to bring traffic to you. But the name of the game, or you're trying to get to where you don't need any Google, or you don't have to spend, or you know, word of mouth is still like the best promotion, like the best way to
For
get out.
sure. No, that's definitely do. So you like go door to door.
Say that again.
You go door to door.
Oh, door to door, like for my music.
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. That's like back in the day. You know what I mean? But like, no,
Gotcha.
but that's still though like word of mouth is still like the best way. So like
No, for
eventually you want
sure.
to get to where you're not because it is a scam. Everybody just wants money. You know what I mean? But
So
yeah.
how do you feel like about merch? Like, do you wear merch and like put your like name or your logo and stuff on it and like brand yourself as you go places?
I haven't but for this tour for the Wu Tang, I'm getting into that just like how you said, so that people can have something tangible. You know what I mean? So like, and also we also have like lighters. We're gonna get a few things just you know be creative and just so they can have something that they can hold on to. You know.
Right, for sure. How do you feel like the internet has impacted the music industry?
Um, uh, Good and bad. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we definitely need the internet, but I think everything is just watered down with the internet. You know what I mean? And then
Internet.
um,
You pronounce it so
we're seeing things so fast that like our attention span is like yeah not there anymore. You know what I mean? We're ready to go on to the next thing quick.
for sure.
Back in the day,
Facts.
you let shit sit with you. You let it like build with you. Let it. But now it's just like yeah
Next. Yeah,
yeah
no, for
nah.
sure. Uh-huh. Um, is this music thing like forever for you? And like, or do you feel like a certain age, like if you're like, I did not reach, or your, your level that you put yourself
Yeah,
to, do you feel like you're just gonna be like, I quit, or like you're gonna do this shit until you're like, God takes you away?
Nah, that's a good question. I think we all have to be realistic with ourselves.
Facts.
But yeah, no, I feel like just music in general. I feel like it's always gonna be in me. It's gonna be like even when I'm 60, I still gonna feel like I can spit a bar or two. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Would you
no.
still perform at
Uh,
60? If like you weren't like, because some people out here still hitting them, hitting them stages at
are
60.
you talking about like if I wasn't on, like if I was just still like
Yeah.
on the walls?
Uh-huh.
Sis, that's crazy. I gotta go home. Yeah, nah, you better go home. After a certain while, it's like, yeah, if you haven't made a certain point, then yeah, come on now, just be realistic with yourself, your family, your time.
Facts. Some of these people be living in the wrong world.
Yeah. It's crazy, but
Do you have any upcoming projects?
yeah, for sure. Like I said, I'm working with my man Incognito. We just shot a video with Seven Imperial. That should be dropping like I want to. I'm putting it in the air within next week, and then like I said, we have a project that we coming out with, and then me. The EP's finished. Really, I have an EP that's finished, ready, locked, and loaded. But I'm gonna test the waters with our project with my brother Incognito, and then I'm
Okay.
gonna drop a single in like 2 weeks. And then no, with this single, I'm telling you, I'm letting you know in advance. I'm going full force. You know what I mean? So you're
Full
gonna see
time.
some shit that you're gonna be like, damn, he wasn't lying.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure,
So
for
you
sure.
ready?
No, for sure.
Do you charge to perform?
Say that again.
Do you charge to perform?
Um, Nah, for the most part, nah. I'm still an aspiring artist, so I'm not like, oh, I feel like I done. Nah, I still feel like I got to build my worth. But are you asking me, have I been paid to perform? Of
No,
course.
like some people like they are like, I'm not performing unless I get paid. Like, and some
Yeah,
people miss out on a lot of opportunities because of the
that's a fact.
dollar.
That's a
There's a
fact.
lot. There's a lot of people and they don't want to put the work in, but they want to get paid. They can't back the crowd. They can't bring a crowd. Cool. 10 people's cool. Can you bring 50? You want $700, but you can't even bring 20 people. Like what?
Believe it or not, there's a lot of people that that can't bring 100 people. You know what I mean, to a room inside of a room. So for some people, like you said, they live in a world where they feel like and I get it. Trust me, we all go through it, but no, I don't demand money or nothing like that. Yeah, but it just has to make sense. I'm not just going to show up for anything.
Right. As that's how it's supposed to be. Facts.
Right.
Jay Cruz said he made it to K104 because he left PA. And I said, well, how did you get there? He said, opportunity. I don't never say no. Like, you just show up. Just show up.
Right. Right.
He's like, I just show up. He's like, and a lot of people miss opportunities because they don't show up. Like they always make excuses. I didn't get paid, or I don't have this, or I don't have
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
there was your blessing. There was your opportunity. There was
That's
your
a fact.
chance to get on.
That's a
You
fact.
know. So
Fact.
I was like, okay, yeah, for sure. Ron said facts. Okay. So we're gonna jump into a little bit. Wait, do you have a team, or you do this by yourself?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, for the most part, everything I do is solo dolo now. But I have like I said, connections where it makes sense for me. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So like
Okay.
um but yeah, for the most part, as far as like investment or as far as like spending money on myself, yeah,
Hmm.
that's gonna be nobody else is like putting money or investing.
Like it's like you,
Yeah,
just
yes,
you,
ma'am. Yeah,
basically. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna get into a little trivia real quick. So before we get up out of here, but so who is? Let's see what Ron said. Ron wants to be a part of your team. He said you need a team, bro. Real nigga shit.
Hey, okay, nah,
But
that's real
that's
good.
I feel that, but it's so hard to like trust people and realize that they want to be a team. A lot of people feel like they want to be a team until they get on the team and they're not the key player. And then
Yeah,
they have trust issues. So it's like, okay, well, I can't allow this person to get on because I don't believe this person's going to put me on. Even though you chose to want to join the team and we're coming together, the shit
right,
is just so whack.
right. Or another thing, like I'm open to like I'm open to like advice or like learning and growth. That's what it's all about. But
No.
um, yeah, even just in creating music, I don't like people like tainting like my way of thinking or like my direction. You know what I mean? I'm real big on like you have to show and prove to me. You know what I mean? You can't just tell me, oh, this is the best. No, like show and prove. Let's work together and see. And then
It's showing you that you're walking and talking. A lot of people just
yeah,
be
yeah,
talking and shoes be all untied and bent over,
yeah,
and it's like, what are you
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
I mean, so like I said, I'm open to like for sure, like because like Big Bro said, like you definitely need a team in order to do anything. You know what I mean? But I just don't want it to be where like in anything where like or just in general you see somebody in a projection and you want to like you want to get on and help and stuff, but like your vision is different than their vision. You know what I mean? Or like the way you're, and yeah, no, I just
Ron
that's
said
really why.
Solo Lucci got in his head on some bullshit thinking.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's
And
my brother though. Much love.
so, Solo Lucci, yeah, that's yeah. And shouts to the
Yes,
OG because that's he's still like a legend out here. You know what I mean?
for
But
sure.
um, yeah, I think just like how you said, I think if you have the right team and you do it with a team, it's better than you thinking you're gonna do it by yourself.
Facts.
For
For
real.
sure. All right. So before we get out of here, because I do have my next guest, tell everybody where they can find you at.
Yes, you can find me on any and everything that's FL_LOUD. And loud stands for living out your dreams. So yeah,
Oh,
fuck with your
living
boys.
out your dreams. That is nice. You made that up. You came up with that.
Hey, nah, shouts to my guy Tech Blessings, the one that was at our institute Dallas with me. It was actually his thing, and
That
I
shit
love it
is
so much.
fire though. Do you
I
have
love it
where's
so
the
much
merch?
that
You got
yeah,
merch for that?
yeah, he had merch and everything. I loved it so much. I damn near was like, yo, bro, that's yeah. I'm
Yeah.
representing that from now on. And
Facts.
he stopped rapping. He stopped it. Like he fell back from the music. So he was just like, yo, bro, take it and go with it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
ever since
fucking
then,
dope.
yeah, it's been part of
Yeah.
my name.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. All right. Well, it was a pleasure. It was definitely a pleasure. We
Hey,
finally got our interview in. Okay, period.
hey, now for real, for real, for real.
You have to come back for a live one though. I think it would be dope to have a live one, get you a little performance and do a
Yeah,
little
I
dance.
got you. Got you.
Okay. I'm holding you to that. Okay. And we're
Hey,
not gonna wait another year. That's just ridiculous.
hey, nah, don't do me like that. Nah, I got you. I
A
got you.
year, y'all. A year. A year. Seriously. He really is uppity. A year.
Nah,
Okay.
it's life be life and no,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
the people that I fuck with like this, like like trust me, if you tell me a day and stuff like that, I'm gonna make it. I'm making my point to be there. You know what I mean? So
Bet. I got
I
you.
got.
All right. You have a good night. See
Hey,
you soon.
appreciate y'all for real, for real.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
All right, guys. He was super dope. Oh my god! And if you haven't seen his dance moves, you can go check it out. When I tell you, Michael Jackson's cousin, brother, that's them. That's him. Okay. Now, next I have. Oh my god, she is a boss queen, but she caught my eye at the Dallas BET Awards last year. Okay, and she had came strutting in her little orange dress, and I just had. I'm like, who is she? And then when she performed bars, when I heard her bars, I'm like, where is she from? Who is she? What does she got going on? Because she is everything. And then she did a little spin in the dress. Okay, you guys, you just gotta meet her. Okay, her name is Tatiana J. Welcome her. Hey,
Hey,
welcome.
hey,
How are
girl.
you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. It's been so long. It's been
No,
so long. You look
seriously. And
so good.
I heard him just talking about it's been a year since he was able to get in, and
Same here.
I feel
Same here.
so bad.
No, it's okay. Same here. But no, how tell everybody where you're from. Tell everybody where you're from. I'm gonna get some people.
I'm from the Bay Area, East Palo Alto, California, Northern Cali.
Northern Cali, period. Okay, so what brought you out here?
Honestly, it was funny that I was just explaining this to somebody. I feel like it was just a gravitational pull for real. I did it
Okay.
in the middle of a pandemic. So really, if you think about it, like that was probably the wildest time for somebody to just up and move. But
Yes.
I just, I came back from Atlanta after I had did some songs out there with some people. And
Okay.
it stimulated a different feeling in me. So I went home and within a month I was gone. And I'm just, out here to expand the network really.
So how long have you been out here?
Almost 4 years now.
Okay. Okay. So you were in California the rest of your life.
Yes, my whole life.
So you came by yourself. No family out here?
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like, and I was just like I said, talking about this with somebody, but when you from the West or the South, you know what I mean? I feel like we always keep a bloodline or a money line. So a lot of our lineage and ancestors and stuff be from the South sometimes, you know? So regardless of it, what is it? It's an African term called Sankofa, return to self, right?
Right.
And so it makes sense that eventually you gravitate toward your roots, you know?
Right. Okay. I like it. I like it. I love how you just up and go. Like, you know, so a lot of people be like, I can't do it. You know what I mean? I've got an excuse in the book. I love that independent, like just ready to go.
I have.
Okay. So how long have you been doing music? Because you are so cold with it.
Thank you. So technically I've been singing since like 5, right? And then when I got older and I went through a few things, I actually my dad ended up passing from cancer in 2017. So when I was able to get into my own space and actually let my creativity flow, it just started coming out in rhymes, you know what I mean? So eventually I was like, you know what, I'm gonna display this, I'm gonna show people, you know what I mean, that I actually have this up my sleeve too. And it just took off from there.
Okay, so do you write your own music?
Absolutely.
I knew he was gonna say that. Hit a note for me, please.
Hit a note. What you want to hear? Let's see.
What you want to hear?
What you want to hear? And it's crazy because I just got off my streaming platforms. I 2 other ones that I did just, you know, to kind of market and let people know where I was gonna be doing this live with you. And they always have me singing and stuff like that. Let's see. Let's go old school, right? We were as one, babe, for a moment in time, and it seemed everlasting that you will always be mine.
Girl, shut up. And then her rap is just as good though. Why I didn't know you could sing like that? Why did I just think you was just rapping? Because your raps are fucking bad. Like the song on the fucking flyer, I had to run that. I had to run that back. I felt bad because FL out. I thought he was gonna think that I liked your song better because I just kept posting your shit on my story. I'm like, let me be fair. But it wasn't that. It's just those your bars. Like, you know, listen to you like bars. Yeah, like
thank you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been singing since I've been very, very young. Like that was something that just came in kind of immediately. But yeah, my whole thing.
Can you sing me some Monica? You know Monica?
Let's see what I got.
I love this Monica.
Yeah, I love me some Monica. Let's see. What is it? How does that song start? Sorry, 1 second. I'll be having to go through it. You give me the world and everything that I want for. Since I've been your girl, oh, my whole life has been much better.
Oh my goodness. It just rolls. It is so pretty.
Thank you.
Okay. So what do you enjoy more? Like, because you can rap your ass off too. It is just so fun. Which one do you like better?
I feel like I love
Justin. Like, yeah, right.
On just an expressive note, I feel like I enjoy rapping more because I get to just kind of be like, you know, animated or whatever and say whatever. But like R&B, I really feel like when you sing, I don't know if I can explain it, but as a singer, when those notes come through your body, like the feeling of it, you know what I mean? Like it feels like direct prayer, you know?
For sure.
So that feels the best.
For sure. That is so freaking dope. Okay, so where do you see so you're so talented. Do you have like a game plan of where you want to see yourself in like 5 years?
Absolutely. So when I came to Texas, it was just kind of like I was considering it at that time to be just a leg of a tour. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm gonna stay here for a while, but I don't have a husband, I don't have children, so I can kind of just flow with the wind, you know? And for the most part, it's like, you know, I've been blessed to be on the radio out here. I've been blessed to like have a lot of strides in the music community out here. So I'm grateful, but eventually I would definitely love to see myself just touring, you know, like actual, you know what I mean? Like state, like, you know, US wise tours.
Isn't it, Ron? Ron said, fuck this. Ron said, fuck that. This the after hours. Let's turn up, get crunk and be creative. But then
also at the same time, it's like, you know, as an artist, when you get involved in this industry and when you've been involved as long as I have, as far as like my history in music goes back so far as California is concerned, you know? So I've had my experiences and everything. And what I've learned about the industry, it's filled with a lot of people you probably wouldn't even like to be next to sometimes. So I'll be battling with myself about if I really want to even be a part of the industry or if I just want to do what I love and be paid well, you know?
Yeah, and I think that I'm with you on that one. Just doing what I do and get paid well because the industry is sick.
It is, unfortunately, and they always want you to give too much of yourself, you know what I mean, in order to actually be respected and considered. And I don't bend those ways. So at the end of the day, like, I try not to be hard on myself or pushing for something that I don't even know, you know what I mean, if I want to really be involved in on that level. Because it's like there's a few artists that came in the game, did their biggest one, and then kind of just fell off into the back, you know what I mean, and did something else. And I feel like that's really the smartest way to go these days, because man, you get in that limelight, under that, spotlight, and everybody wants something.
No, for real. No, for real. Honey Banks, what I miss. Okay. No, I'm definitely agree with you on that one. So who's your inspiration?
Who? I feel like, so I don't have children myself, but my babies are. You know what I mean? My nieces, nephews, my little brother, like those are usually the things that keep the flame going up under me, because it's like a whole reason for me even moving to another state was not just for the music or for the expansion of my life or where I want to be at eventually to raise kids, but to open different avenues for them, so that when it comes time for them to even graduate high school or whatever, if y'all don't want to go to college in Cali, you don't have to. You know what I mean? You got family out here, you got family somewhere. It's another option for you to get outside of Cali and expand your network.
Yeah, that's dope. So is California, was it super expensive out there?
Hell yeah. Girl, the gas right now is like 6 something.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
That is insane. Now, are they paying enough for people to do that? Like, is the wage and minimum wage like a lot stupid higher? Or is it like no? It's
Well, it
ridiculous.
depends on what you do, right? So there are some, a lot of just entry level jobs that you could get. You probably have to work to get them or whatever, because the minimum wage has gone up for certain things. Like, for example, In and Out, right? In Cali, I think they're starting at 20 an hour now. You know what I mean? So that's just, you know what I mean, a fast food job. But obviously, depending on, where you live in and your cost of living and stuff. Like, before I moved, I was living in downtown San Jose, right? And at the time, I had a studio. Now, granted, it was a nice studio, gated community, washer and drying unit, updated appliances and everything, real quiet. But I was paying almost $1,400 for that studio, and I put myself on the list to move into a 1-bedroom when it became available in my complex. They hit me a year after I was gone and was like, "Oh, you just came up. Do you still want the unit?" I said, "Bye, just curiosity." Now, how much is that going for? They told me a 1-bedroom would be $1,700. Yeah. So it is like, for some people it can make sense if you're in the right industry, in the right work field, but for the most part, no.
1,700 one bedroom, because who?
Right.
I gotta get it immediately.
It's crazy. It's highway robbery for real. And then on top of that, the actual civilians be trying to rob you too. So you gotta pick your struggles.
Yeah, because I can't do that. What's your favorite time to create when you're creating your music? Is it morning, afternoon?
When it hits me, it really don't matter. Like, if I have a melody in my head or something that I feel like just kind of manifested that I need to get off of my mental creatively, then I try to make sure that I do it right then and there, because you lose, the momentum, the actual creativity behind it, the direction you was going, if you wait too long sometimes. So you got to stop it and really just do it.
Who are your biggest artistic influences?
Artistically, and I listen to so much, like variety wise, like genre wise and everything. So if I had to say, you know what, I'm gonna just go with it, with who everybody knows that I stand behind, and that is this guy up here, Nipsey Hussle.
Yes. I like Nipsey Hussle. Good question, V. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, Nipsey Hussle. Yeah, I like him. I can see your style too. Yeah.
Yeah, see, and I made sure that I had I'm not done with it yet, but never let a hard time humble us.
Oh, and that is so cute.
Thank you.
I like that. Did it hurt?
You know what? I have so many tattoos now. Like, some of them, it depends on the placement, but that one didn't hurt.
Not bad at all. Do you think you're walking in your purpose right now?
That's a tricky question, because, and I'm in a season right now where there's so much transformation going on, rebirth and just reconstructing of my life, that I'm trying to trust the path that God has set out for me. You know what I mean? Even when I can't see down that tunnel, even when it's foggy right in front of my face, I just still walk in faith. So I feel like no matter what, you're always going to be aligned with where you're supposed to be. So even when I'm hard on myself, you know, even when I'm hard on myself as an artist, I try not to like be like, oh, you slacking, you ain't dropped in how long, like, because regardless.
But you be killing them TikToks, girl.
Thank you.
You're killing those TikToks, y'all. You always see their TikToks.
That's where a lot of people see most of my personality. So on Instagram, it's like people just get posts, they get pictures, videos, or whatever the case is. But like when I get on TikTok, we just be having a good time.
How long does it take you to make those TikToks?
Depending on how long it is, for real. Like if it's just a quick, like if the sound is like probably like 10 seconds, like it'll take me anywhere between like 10 to 15 minutes. But if it's a longer one, if you have to remember the actual words and everything, it'll take you up to 30 minutes sometimes, because I do multiple drafts. Like I'll save one and be like, I'm okay with that. Let's do 2 or 3 more. Right. And then go back and actually look at the one that I want to choose, you know?
Okay. Yeah, for sure. And you got to get the settings up. Give us a sneak peek. Play your best. I'm tipsy. Play your best shit for seconds.
Let me see what I got for y'all. You know what? And it's crazy because what I sent you, what you put on the flyer, is not even out yet.
What?
It's not out yet. If that,
it is.
I dropped a video for it, so the video is available. It's a mic drop. It's on my page. If y'all haven't seen it, go to Tatiana_JEYY. My artist name just has 1 Y, but they stole my profile name, so I had to do what I had to do. But let's see. I could definitely pull up something real quick. Let me think. I'll pull up the song that, you know, that's actually on the flyer, actually, because the mic drop video is actually out. So y'all can go check that out.
She's about to right now. Type it in.
Yeah. But before I drop that next feature with Chemo Ginobili, I need y'all to show love to this one.
Deal. For sure.
So let's see. Here we go. I'm gonna play it for y'all. Hopefully it ain't got no. Now the lights going crazy. Excuse all of the party.
I like her energy. Them other artists scary, right? I'm telling you.
I wish I could show y'all the video. Y'all gotta go check it out on your own though.
She good to run. Totally different personality from her singing.
And I feel like I change sounds a lot. Like, but I'm just evolving into it.
I love the beat.
Here we go. Intro. I'm on that shit again, lining with millions, solo like Gilligan, shut on, chilligan. I was about any lesson, I feel it, ain't got it all on you, I want it, so I must never forget that I'm laying the place. Soon as you fumble, it's on me to say. Tell them the facts when you mention my name. Open my mouth and I lay it and breathe and chat at the tongue. I'm speaking and spill. Long as it's in me, not only won't fail. Packing shit out like I'm carrying mail. If you pay attention, you know in the drill. You ain't gonna ever forget that it's me. Take a rich nigga and rock in the sleep. Cut to the studio, loud on the beat. My energy feel like the silky sheet.
She don't play no game. That was hard, right? I'm telling you. Yes. Okay, so when you made that song, what was you going like? What was your thought? How did you pick the beat? Because I love the beat. It's just the entrances is making it just like, okay, I'm ready for her to come in, and then you killed it. So that just was everything.
You know what? And people have told me that too. They're like, your beat selection is like different. Like, it don't sound Bay Area. It don't sound West Coast. It don't like, it's just, and that's what's crazy. Like my older brother, I sang way before he was old enough to rap, but he is like just amazing with it. Like, and it's crazy. If y'all ever come across him, he goes by Bunk Laden or whatever. He's from the Bay too. That's my brother. But yeah, a lot of people, they hear him and they like, okay, he probably laced you, just, you know what I mean, unconsciously. You didn't even, but yeah, I always had my skill. But our beat selection and stuff, it always be different. We don't never sound like where we're from for the most part, unless we drop like some slang or something. But yeah, I really just wanted the feel of it to kind of be like, I've arrived. You know what I mean? Like, and that's exactly here, and this is what I got to say, you know?
Yeah, exactly what it felt like. Definitely. How long did it take you to write that song?
So I have a studio at home, actually, right? So a lot of times I'll record here, and then when I go to the studio, then I'll just transfer over to the session and they'll, you know, mix it down or whatever. But I think that probably took me That probably, to actually record it, it probably took me all of like 30 minutes because I had already wrote it.
Okay. How long did it take you to write it?
It probably took me like an hour to write it.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, usually I'll write stuff faster, but I was real intentional with that song.
Shit, and you did great for it to be like in that amount of time. Shit.
Thank you.
Ron, you're welcome. Ron said, do you face insecurities?
Do I face insecurities? I mean, I feel like that's natural. Even when you have someone really confident, everybody, has to deal with themselves at the end of the day. And
Right.
we all seek to improve at some point. So whatever it is that you feel like you want to improve, you probably have some type of insecurity about it. But for me personally, I feel like if I had an insecurity, that's a hard question because I'm going through a lot of deep shit now. But I feel like it would be my ability to transfer over to people in an understanding way who I really am. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like it gets lost in communication or just how this world is. And so sometimes it makes me insecure that people don't really understand who I am.
No, for sure. For sure. I definitely understand that. But the world is so messed up today. It's just
Right.
crazy.
You got to have your own beliefs about yourself. So
For sure. Because these people that are telling you about them, they don't even have their beliefs in themselves. They don't even know what the fuck they got going on. It's just
exactly.
So crazy.
But always projecting.
They be the ones that got a whole book and a story and everything. It's just like, what are you doing with yourself?
They don't know.
Man, so do you charge to perform? Like when people ask you to come out?
I do paid gigs, like depending on the venue and depending on what it demands of me, then I will. But outside of that, like especially just coming to a new state and everything, like you do a lot of stuff off the strength. Just to, make sure you're getting your feet wet, make sure you shaking the right hands, talking to the right people and everything. So you can never be too humble as an artist coming to somewhere new and being like, oh, I charge such and such for a show. These people don't know you.
It's crazy because even the people that they do know, they still charging too high to my 800 for what?
Right. That's the crazy part.
For what? Like, show me the resume. Show me something that like, because I'll be doing that is not going to work. You have like 20 views and like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
What are we fixing it? And you can get 3 people in and you talking about can they get 20% off or something because you're bringing them with you? Like, no, this is insane. These people are
I feel
crazy.
like
now, when you're in California, did you charge?
Depending on the event and the venue. So I had let's say, for example, I did like the Berkeley Juneteenth. Yes, that was a paid gig. You know what I mean? But outside of that, like for the most part, I did a show with T Grizzly too. Like I didn't ask them for no payment for that because it was like obviously I'm here for the networking. You know what I mean? You gotta actually play it by ear and make your decisions with some discernment. So people are not like, we're not finna fuck with her. You know what I mean? Like,
did you sing in like places in like California? Like that is so dope. You lived in California. Like, and you're so talented. I guess that's what the part that I forgot because you're so fucking talented and like that's the place like to be.
Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Because it's like, yes, there is a lot of opportunity out there if you meet the right people, if you do the right things and stuff like that. But just like anywhere else, like it's hard to get on the scene if, you know what I mean? Like people want you to follow their program or play by their rules or, stuff like that. Like it's a lot of patriarchy going on no matter where you are. So I've had my experiences and stuff like that, but for the most part, the scene out there, a lot of people categorize it as, crabs in a barrel because every man for himself type shit. You know what I mean? And people don't like to give nobody a lending hand. It just really got better with that. But outside of that, like it was not what people was thinking it is,
Right. For sure. For sure. What's your creative process like?
For me, so usually if something comes up, like I said, then if I feel it in that moment, then I'll immediately grab something and write. And you know what I mean? Like whatever. But like
you just stop in the midst of your storm and like get the pen and like I gotta write this down. Yeah.
Yes, but if it's not like that, like for example, if I'm going through a season of like a lot of lessons or, just speed bumps and turbulence and stuff like that, I usually let the dust settle.
Okay.
So that I can process everything and actually put it into song form,
Okay. Okay. For sure. For sure. As a woman, do you feel if you're not getting the proper recognition in this industry?
I feel like all women feel like that. Because it's like there are some that do, but even if you think about the Cardi B's and stuff like that, like people, even Nicki Minaj, she always talks about having to fight for her respect. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And it's been too much respect that needs to be put on certain artists' name, and they still feel like they don't get it, you know?
Right. For sure. For sure. Who would you most likely like to collab with if you could collab with any artist?
If I could collab with anyone. And as an artist, I should already know this, right? But I feel like if I could collab with anyone, I think that it'd be Glorilla right now.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. A chess move.
Yeah. I like that. And then you got a little singing in it. I love your voice. For some reason, I didn't know you could sing. I'm just kind of blown away by it.
That's crazy. Just, a lot of people don't, because you know what's crazy,
it's before. So good.
Thank you. Before I left Cali, when I was in my like whole, I was dropping freestyles on Instagram like probably like 3-4 times a week. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just to show people that I could do it. You know what I mean? And they like, wow, she keep going. She really not stopping. She really not stopping. So from there, I was like, you know what? This is what I'm finna do, because y'all been knowing me to sing my whole life, out here in Cali at least. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Y'all been knowing me to do R&B for a long time. I said, what I'm gonna do, and I laid it out. I said it honestly. I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give y'all a rap project, right? We're gonna pull y'all in with the shit that y'all like to hear. I said, I'm gonna go on a cold run. I'm gonna show y'all. And my first project rapping was called I'm Not a Rap Bitch. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just gonna show y'all I can get in your lane, and I can occupy your lane if I want to. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna come occupy your lane, and then I'm gonna go back over here and take some of your fans with me.
Wait, when's your birthday?
March 1st. I'm a Pisces.
Ooh, March 1st. Pisces. My best friend's a Pisces, but she's in February.
Oh, wow. What's your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Oh, okay. Sister sign.
I love that. It is. It's a sister sign.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we probably get along so well. Okay.
Right.
That's why we're best friends. Gorilla Live, though, her music and her performance keeps the fans' attention. Can you dance? Yes, she can fucking dance. Have you not seen her videos? Oh my God, you gotta check out her music videos. Yeah, and she can twerk, she can get down low, got good knees.
Good knees, great knees.
What you mean?
I
like, damn,
rocking the sleeve.
Nah, for real. I'm talking about, like, I was like, okay, she's doing her motherfucking outfit, slayed. Like, I'm talking about, like, I'm like, okay, I gotta run this back.
And
you should have seen it at the Dallas Beats.
Like, I did like a mix between feminine and masculine energy, because I feel like in the Bay, that's kind of how we is. So that little pullover sweater, but with the shorts and the ankle boots, I say, yeah, this is my style.
Fucking good. Hey, play something and throw that motherfucker in a circle. He is crazy.
Boy, no.
Yeah, he's good.
Boy, no.
You need to put the drink down, Ron.
Right, put the drink down.
Put the drink down.
This is not the after hours.
What the fuck? Like, what is your favorite? What has been your favorite performance that you've ever done?
My favorite performance that I've ever done. I feel like it was honestly the BET Awards.
Why didn't you go this year? Did you go?
You know what? Now you get into the tea.
TT.
I can count on you to get to it, though. That's one thing I know. I said I know she's gonna eventually.
Because I seen you the last year, so you know I was gonna, like, you had to ask, like, where was you at?
You know what? Simply put, right? Because really, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, but I also believe in being respectful, right?
Uh-huh.
But there has just been a couple weird occurrences where people were kind of just showing their fangs, you know? And at the same time, it's like, it was some things that was like, oh, you could be included, but if this, and that, then we won't be doing that, and such, you know, stuff like that. But also, I feel like when I came in the game, I came in very low key. Like, I was kind of where I needed to be, but people didn't really know who I was. They just knew I was doing shit, you know? So eventually you set off the alarms, you know? And everybody in the building, like, who is that over there? You know what I mean? Like, so
for sure.
It became that, and I became the focal point of a few female artists out here that had a few choice words for me, which, you know, it is what it is. You're supposed to feel away. I'm in your shit. You know what I mean? So at the end of the
I
day,
came
it
from
was what it was.
yeah.
And you know, it wasn't really nothing to just, you know, show up if I wanted to or not. But I just felt like I don't like going places with weird energy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I don't like
sure.
that. And so, and nothing gonna stop me from my bag, but also I just been going through shit in life, you know, at the same time. So nothing
For
kept
sure.
me from it. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, the invitation should have been direct too.
For
So,
sure.
and
For
it
sure.
wasn't.
Let's see what Ron says. The industry is manipulating. That's all I'm gonna say. Shit, we grown.
Facts. That is facts. But it's like I started to see, you know what I mean? Like certain people that I had actually had met me and, you know, liked me on their own terms. When certain shit changed, they changed too. And I was like, oh,
They do that for that fame, for that likes, for that.
bet. Not even, it wasn't even a fame thing. It was just like, you know, people picking sides and saying little funny shit like that. And it's nothing for me to, you know, just step in a building and own that motherfucker like I do. But then it would have been a bigger problem because they probably know who she thinks she is. And woo, woo, woo. Like, boy, anybody got time for that shit. Y'all know who I am. Like,
She came in this bitch stuff in. So when you came here, did you move to Dallas?
no, I actually am in Fort Worth.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like if
So
I
how did you get into Dallas?
I mean, I feel like you always naturally align with your purpose. You know, so you're gonna meet people. It's funny. The first performance I did is crazy because these are the first features that I actually had out here too. Was the first performance I did in Dallas. I forget the name of the club or whatever, but we showed up, me and my girls, we turned out and stuff like that, and I met South Dallas Kiki that night. You know what I mean? So we met her. I met her, and we talked for a minute. She was like, "Oh, I'm trying to get on that song, woo woo." And so eventually, after time, you know, she hit me. She was like, "You still trying to do that?" And we did it. And so after that, I also met Chemo that night too. We all met that night. So from there, it was just kind of seeds planted. I feel like you always gravitate toward wherever you're supposed to be, you know? And look at it now, like a year or two later, like those are actually people that are actually pushing out here. So it's like, of course I would align with them, you know?
For sure. That's dope. Okay, so what's your favorite song that you've made?
That I made.
Yeah, this is my shit. Like,
oh man.
I know because you made so many, but like your shit.
I would say Pop Out.
Okay. And why?
I would say Pop Out from Love Note, the R&B album that I dropped.
Okay. And why would you say that's your favorite?
It's such a good feel, and it has a bay feel to it also, but it's like it's sensual and then it picks up and it's like a party, you know what I mean, feel, and it's really dope. Let me see it. I don't even know if it's gonna be right here, but.
And what inspired you to make it?
Actually, what inspired me to make it was like basically Pop Out, right? Is a term people use when they've been dating somebody or whatever, and you have that conversation like, you want to pop out or what? You know what I mean? Like, what's up? Is you trying to pop out? Is you trying to do that, or is we not? You know, so
yes,
right. And I was in that type of phase, and so I
just like how you are just like soft but hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain. And then you're perfectly like that because your music shows the soft side, the R&B, but then your rap is totally like a 360.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna get in your ass right now.
This girl, every time I'm on stream, she wants to say hi.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. What inspired you to name her that?
You know what? So I practice African religious concepts, right? So when I got her, when I even had an idea, so I was like, okay, it's just me in the house. I want to bring some type of other life form in here. Maybe some plants or maybe something small like a bird, nothing like a dog because I be gone all the time. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go check out some shelters. And in my head, I was like, if I do get anything, I said I want a black cat. And when I got there, when I first got there, like basically they were telling me like, oh yeah, she's the only like basically, you know, kitten that we have. She was 5 months at the time, and she had just got there like 10 minutes before I came. So, you know what I mean? Me saying that to myself before I even left, like basically manifested it. So I'm like, I already know, like, I'm going to give her some type of powerful name. Now, the African Orishas, and African religious concepts, like you have Shango, you got Oshun, you got Oya, you know what I mean? She's named after Oya. And that is the storm goddess. When I got her, it stormed. So yeah, eventually
I love so how you're tapped in
thank you.
with self, you know? Like I love that.
Big Pisces
Any,
vibes.
tell me something. I'm actually talking to a Pisces that's in March, but he's, you know, on the guy side. But yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well, one thing about it, how long has it been?
I would think 4 months, 3.5, 4 months.
Okay,
Dating.
well, I mean, it depends. So every sign is not a cookie cutter of, everybody's not the same, right? We all come into the world with this outline of our personalities, but for the most part, your experiences, your background, your environments shape you to be who you are, and you either choose to elevate from them or you don't. So that's where you get the difference variety wise, as far as, all signs aren't just the same. But as far as the male Pisces, baby, I'm gonna pray for you.
They crazy. That's
I'm gonna
what my best friend
say,
said.
you want me to tell you a story?
Male Pisces. She said that she said, baby, I'm praying for you. Male Pisces is something.
Boy, they are something, because a lot of them. So when you think about, like, naturally, not all men, but how avoidant men are with emotions, right? Now, a water sign, we're always overwhelmed with like what we feel and stuff like that, right? It's always extreme. And so because men are avoidant emotional wise, most of them, like, it makes it such a struggle for them to be honest with themselves about growth. You know what I mean? So whether they choose to elevate or not, it dictates how they are in relationships and shit. So some of them are highly unstable. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know how to deal with the emotions that they feel all the time. And I remember one time I was dating a Pisces man, and we dated for a little bit, probably like 2-3 months, right? And I told him, like, I used to take Airbnb trips up north in Cali because they got nice ass properties. And so I would just randomly every other month take a little trip to just ease my mind. You know what I mean? Be out somewhere at somebody's property looking over, mountains and everything. And so I invited him with me that time. Just, I was telling him, like, I'm gonna be honest with you before we go. I don't know how I'm feeling, moving forward in this or whatever, but I would like you to join me, you know. And so he did. And then, girl, when I tell you, he realized that I wasn't like super romantic with him, or, we was just vibing. I'm here to kind of tend to myself. I hope that you can utilize the property to tend to yourself too. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he thought it was like a vacation or what on my boy. Like, I don't know what you was thinking, but we chilling and stuff. And so the second night he realized, like, we not doing none of that. You know what I mean? Like, and when I tell you, this man started crying and sniffling in the bed next to me.
He started crying.
When I tell you, I literally, boy, it was dark on the property too. So it's like, you know what I mean? At night up in them hills and stuff like that, some people don't have hella lights on their property and stuff. So it's like we in, you know what I mean? Like an area where it's like kind of dark. And so I'm just in the dark. I can hear him next to me. I'm looking over. I can't see him, but I hear him sniffling. Like, and I'm like, boy, is you serious? Boy, like, it just became very, and I was worried at that point because I'm like, it's just me and you out here. I said, boy, if this nigga flip out, I swear to God. I swear to God, only one of us making it back, and it ain't gonna be you.
Fuck you, me, because look, today is your day, okay?
Exactly. So
like, Brandon said the cat's trying to get her shine on too.
The cat.
He said
yeah.
He said that's deep on the name though. Shout out to the queen dropping some knowledge. That's what I was gonna say, Brandon. I was really trying to say that too. Facts. I thought that was so fucking dope that you had that knowledge like that. So what did you study that, or like where did this come about?
So I mean, here we go down another rabbit hole, Victoria. So since I've been very, very young, this is a lot for the naked eye and ear in the world, but since I've been very, very young, I've always been very spiritually inclined, right? I've always been very connected, having experiences that I didn't understand that used to scare the fuck out of me, right? So as I got older, I started to understand, like, no, this is not a coincidence. This is something that you're able to do, whether you like it or not. This is something that you have access to. So eventually I got older and tapped into more of, just figuring out who I was and what that was and why I'm connected like that and stuff. And when it became time for me to cross that line into actually stepping into that full identity, that's when the floodgate opened. You know what I mean? And I was just like, okay, well, this is who I am. And then one road led me to another. You know what I mean? And eventually you got all these roads that are like, okay, now I can kind of see myself fully. But basically it led me back to my roots, Sankofa, which the meaning of Sankofa is return to self again. So eventually you're going to find your way back home to your roots or who you are, your lineage and things like that. And what I realize is, you know, a lot of my lineage on my dad's side comes directly from Yoruba, West Africa, which is the root of African religious concepts, you know, and spirituality. So that's when I started to practice African religious concepts, and I started to soak in the knowledge that a lot of people had about just who we are, you know what I mean? And also just our connection to this earth and everything. Like I did it some years, and you're a continuous student when you go down that road. So it never stops, but you know, stuff starts to make more sense.
For sure. Deep. That's how you know about the cat, and you manifested it so well. So cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cute. Okay. So then Queen V, a goddess with Virgo ways. Yeah, definitely Virgo ways all the way. Everyone can't be perfect like a Sag. No, you can keep the
Listen,
Sagittarius.
a Sagittarius.
Facts. Yes, you said it, Sagittarius. What if she just said? Because that's
Yeah.
facts.
Boy, them motherfuckers,
I
boy,
can't,
y'all. And you know
man.
what? A lot of people. So I stream a lot
That's
on
true.
TikTok too, right? Like my following over there is like 22K or something, right? I'm right. I could be wrong. No, it's 22K. And a lot of times people will fall through and we'll just randomly start talking about that. They're like, tell me about my sign. Let's see if you're right. And every time I tell them, they be like, you right.
Because
Yes.
yeah, you've been right. You've been on point. Because such boy, you've been on point. I'm not gonna lie. Tell me about Virgos. I think I'm wrong.
Virgos. So Virgos, you guys, right, are y'all are very particular, but very clean people. If I could trust anybody, like if I came in your house and dropped some food, I could trust that I could eat off your floor. You know what I mean? So that's one thing about y'all. Y'all very like OCD in a lot of ways, and y'all got a short fuse sometimes, but y'all know how to have a good time too. You know? Yeah, but it's, you know, my oldest brother is actually a Virgo, so I'm very familiar. He don't mess with everybody, but if he fuck with you, he fuck with you.
Yes, we do not mess with everybody. Ron said, if I'm dying, I dated a Sag for 19 years. I dated one.
You could be eligible for compensation.
He said, no, for sure. I did 19 years, I'm still waiting on mine. Conversation now, because I'm like, Sagittarius boy, they are certain. They just okay. So, do you have a team? Like out here, do you have a team that you have that you know does different things?
Actually, no. And it's crazy because I feel like I need to change my perspective on that. But it's like it's so hard to trust people, especially in a new place with your craft. You know what I mean? And with your best interest. So I've always kind of done my own footwork. I've always kind of pieced together what it is that I present myself, you know?
Right.
So it's hard to transfer over and just be like, yo, I need a team and I'm gonna trust these people and stuff like that, because the amount of footwork that I've done, like overall in my music career from the age of 14 when I started recording all the way up to now 34, like you can't catch up with me unless you really have some resources, unless you really have some open avenues that I could utilize. There's no point in me, you know what I mean? Like
even because I'm not going to put you on for after the work that I put in.
Exactly. You can't. You're not working harder than me. So what is the point? Like,
what are you coming with?
Yeah,
if we can't get through the same doors, and you can't get one more than one and put me. I don't want to work.
Exactly. So
and then I need to see your resume, because even if you put me through the door, you may not want to do no work. Because the thing is you still got to work.
You can't really tell me nothing about nothing when I came to a brand new state and off the rip within 2 years got on the radio by myself.
Huh?
You can't.
You can't. If a team is in play, they got to share your dream and push for it hard as you. If not, they can stay on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, that for as young as I started singing, do you know how much of a target that put on my back as far as predators go in the industry? You know what I mean? So I've come across a lot of people, even when I was too young to understand, them talking to my mom and my mom being like, You know what I mean? Like, I know I can smell it on you. You know what I mean? With this fake ass suit you got on, and like, come on now. Like, no, this is not Boo Boo the Fool over here. You can't trick me. You can't trick me.
Your mom was on it, wasn't she? She was on it.
Exactly. So I'm grateful for that.
No, for sure. Because what people they will try to come in and do you have any upcoming projects that you're working on?
Absolutely. So the song that I sent you and the snippet that I had just played y'all is from the upcoming album called it's from the upcoming album that I have called, I'm thinking about the last one because it's in my face right now, so excuse me.
Mhm.
But it's called Prophetic Loss, right? Because a lot of the tracks that I did on there are just about the things that I've been going through, you know what I mean? And just some real shit. Like I'm actually sharing a part of myself and giving people insight to who I am at this point. And for the new listeners in Dallas and stuff like that, just giving them kind of a synopsis of like, okay, this is gonna be my body of work to present to y'all for the first time. Cause this is the first album y'all see me do a rollout with. You know, it's all just been singles and stuff like that. But to present myself musically to the scene out here, I just felt like it needed to, you know, be something very real. Like we do got some, me and Chemo, we got a trapper though. We got a ass shaking song. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be one on there that's actually for the girlies and for
Okay.
the summer and everything like that. But outside of that, it's just real shit.
Don't leave Fort Worth out. We love new music too.
Right. I love Fort Worth. And I did my second show in Fort Worth too. Fort Worth is really my second home. Like I don't like, as far as what I resonate with in my spirit and in my soul and where I feel like I should be is Fort Worth. You know what I mean? But Dallas is just where the music scene is, like mostly as far as like where you need to go to network and be places and stuff like that. So I don't leave y'all out at all. Y'all number one in my book.
No, for sure, for sure. Okay, so when you go to the studio, how many? Well, I guess the studio is at your house, but how many songs do you record at one time? Because it's at your house. So do you get comfortable and you're like, I can do this all
So
day?
I work a lot, right? So I work as an armed guard for private events, usually on the weekends, but I also work a 9 to 5 as well.
Mhm.
Um, so if I happen to have like a full day or something, then I'll just set up the studio and just record as it comes, you know what I mean? And write and intentionally just try to be, you know, present in the studio. But like for the most part, if I'm gonna record, like seriously try to knock some shit out, then I go to the actual studio. You know what I mean? And I have, you know, the engineer do what he do while I'm just doing the creative shit. And so I don't have to think about it like that. But I sat and probably recorded in one session, probably like 4 songs before. Hmm.
Damn. Do you practice your music before you go perform, or are you just kind of like, I got it?
Uh I might run through it. Like let's say I have a show tomorrow, right? Today I'll be listening to the song that I'm going to perform just to make sure that I'm, you know, on point with everything. But for the most part, I know my songs like front to back. So it's like it's natural to me, you know.
Hmm.
It ain't nothing that nobody else wrote. It ain't nothing that I gotta, you know what I mean, remember for the
Hmm.
most part, unless it's years old. But outside of that, I'll be straight.
For sure. Do you practice like your dance moves before you go perform?
No.
For
No, I
real?
don't.
Even when you're about to shoot your music videos, like all that you shoot, that's like on the spot, you just put it together.
Yep.
Oh fuck!
You should have
I
seen Billion when he shot the video. Like that was the first video he shot
shout
for
out
me
to
that I
Billy.
did the mic drop. He was like, you know how it's funny that some videographers be like, oh my god, people be waving guns at like, and you be ducking behind the camera. Like I was throwing money, so he was like, oh.
She said I was throwing money. She wasn't playing no games. She
Right, we're
shot
gonna turn it up.
for sure. Okay, so like when you go to the big studio, is there a certain thing like you like? Okay, well I don't drink, I don't smoke, or I have to drink. I gotta work out before I go there to get in your zone. Like, is there a certain thing that you have to do?
So sometimes I will go sober, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And it really depends on if I have time and stuff like that. But for the most part, like I definitely will stop and get me my cognac, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And I have a few rolled up before I even get in there because I need to stop, like everybody stop talking to me, turn the lights down, let me get in my vibe, you know what I mean? And I'll tap you on the shoulder when I'm ready to go in the booth, you know? I don't
For sure.
like all them big sessions with 5, 10 niggas in there. Like, ain't, listen,
Doesn't she?
this ain't a party. Like, I'm trying to work.
Brandon said she has great energy. You just picked up a new fan. I'm telling you. I'm telling her. I've been trying to
Thank
get her to laugh.
you.
That's what I said. Same thing.
Right. Y'all make
Um,
sure to subscribe to that YouTube.
so is this music thing forever? Or is it like after a certain amount of years, it's like if I didn't get to wherever you set yourself, on that pedestal, if you don't make it there, and you're like, I quit, I'm not doing this no more.
You know what? I feel like when you are actually, when God puts something in you, you know what I mean? Like that's not on you to decide to remove it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So at the end of the day, even if I don't go where it is that I plan to go, God gonna laugh at me because who told you to make plans?
Huh.
You know what I mean? Like, I told you that I'm gonna send you over here and such and such. So it's like my goal musically is to just be paid very well for what I do.
Mhm.
I don't necessarily care about the spotlight because I don't necessarily all the time care for people like that. You know what I mean? Like, I can be very to myself for the most part. You've never really seen me just out partying like that. Like, I pop up when it's necessary. I do my thing and I go home. You know what I mean? So you can come across a lot of unnecessary stuff just being in the wrong places and trying to just be everywhere all the time. Like, mind your business, do what you came to do, you know, talk to a few people, meet a few people, and then get on your way. But I just want to be paid really well for what I do.
For sure. For sure. What's been your favorite pastime, like when you performed singing in California, that you can remember that you're like, I just love this?
My favorite pastime, and it's funny because I just showed my coworker. They just found out that I do music, right, at this new job. Right? They've been playing it all through the office and stuff. I'm like, please stop. But I had to show him because he's into instruments, and so I showed him this performance that I did, which is on my YouTube, y'all. Y'all can go check it out. It's not crazy edited or nothing. I just happened to stumble across this youth center in my hometown, East Palo Alto, California, right? And I was with a friend and he was like, oh, I'm finna go stop over here. You want to come? And I'm like, where you going? He like, oh, it's a youth center. I just got to stop by. I'm like, okay, cool. Let's go. I get there and it's youth, like kids, not super young kids, but like teenagers in there learning instruments. So right there at that moment, I was like, you know what? I said, I'm finna sing a song. I said, y'all pick up instrument wise wherever you want to. You know what I mean? Like, and so we ran through it once and I was like, y'all good. I said, let's go ahead and record it. I said, I got my camera. Let's go ahead and record y'all, you know what I mean, in the background. So we did a live session right then and there. And that was one of my favorite performances. I love live performances.
Oh, that is dope. Me too. That is freaking dope. And that's dope that you went in there and told them, like, y'all just pick up the instruments up like a boss. And they were playing it at work.
Yeah, it worked.
how did that make you feel when you like hear yourself at work, you know, over the loudspeaker?
I love it. Like it gives me such a feeling of just belonging, like just knowing who I am and like really just when you're operating in your truest self, that's the best feeling.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. How do you feel like the internet impacts like the music industry right now?
It changed so much right up under our nose because let's say, for example, like there's not really physical copies of CDs that you have to sell these days. It's really all streams and everything like that. It's all digital. So people are able to manipulate the system sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you got people that's paying for stuff, you know, and at the same time, you have people that, you know, they're struggling to reach certain crowds because of the restrictions on the algorithm and stuff like that. So if you can look at it from so many different perspectives, it has a lot of strengths, but also a lot of cons too if you're not making it work for you. Because you have to be active on these platforms in order for your stuff to even be in the feed.
In the algorithm, yeah, for sure. People don't understand that. And they give up so quickly. Have you ever thought about giving up? Like at some point in time where you're like, I just want to just give up. Not in life, but like just in
that. It's such a crazy question because it's like nobody's ever asked me that. So I never had to sit and think like, well, that never crossed my mind. That never crossed my mind. Like it might be sometimes where I'm like, I just need to take a sabbatical. And like right now, you know what I mean? Like I was on a cold run with, you know, my album rollout and life just hit. So it's like, I can't be hard on myself when I have to protect my mental health, when I have to, you know, make sure that I'm taking care of home and stuff like that. We adults. So I just try to pick back up where I can. And no matter what, I feel like even if you take years off, when you decide to put your foot back on that ground, God gonna put you exactly where you need to be.
For sure. For sure. I definitely agree with you. Definitely agree with you. Okay, so we're going to jump into a little trivia real quick. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Honduras.
Why?
I would, you know, oh my God. Like now I know we have to have so many personal conversations from here because you are like hitting the nail on the head as far as like people that are in connection, like quantum entanglement wise. I don't know if you know what that means, but basically everybody's connected to the same consciousness when you are on the same frequency, right? And you're talking about a lot of things that literally within this past week I've had conversations with people about. So this is what tells me, these are one of the things that tells me when I'm interlinked energetically to somebody. You know what I mean? Like there's a few confirmations that come through, but also I'm paid to work spiritually. So I also do readings and everything. I read energy. So yeah, I do a lot, you know, and I don't advertise that because I feel like that's just something that
I was going to ask you. That's why I asked you. Yes. That's why I asked you that question. I was thinking you were going to speak on that because when you said it, I was like, I wonder if she's going to tell me because she seems like the type when you were able to tell about the Virgos and our signs. And I was like, I wonder if she does like astrology. I think she could.
Yeah, it just kind of chose me, honestly. Like I accidentally
What
read
inspired you so you can do the cards?
It's just something that kind of, like I said, I've been gifted spiritually since I've been very, very young. You know what I mean? So it used to creep me out. It did, but I grew into it and understood like, okay, this is an ability of yours. You have to sharpen it, you have to strengthen it, and then from there it was just other doors started opening, and oh, you're able to do this and that. First time I found out I could read, it happened by accident.
On accident.
Yeah, because my cousin happened to be on the phone with me, and I had just like something in me was like, and also a couple other readings were like, you need to get you a deck, you need to get you a deck, you need to get you a deck. And I was like, I don't even read. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's not nothing. They're like, girl, trust me, get the deck. So I get it, and I go home, and my cousin calls me. And so I'm opening the deck, I'm flipping through it and stuff, just kind of playing with stuff. You know, certain cards just start jumping out, and I'm reading them like, but out loud. I'm speaking out loud while I'm on the phone, and she's talking to me. She like, what you say? And I'm like, oh no, I'm just, checking out these cards I just bought. Da, 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 da. She like, say it again. And I'm like, yeah, such and such, this, that, and the third. This is what came out. She like, girl, that's what's going on with me right now. Like I said, well, because you're on the phone, that's probably what it picked up. Because I didn't know how to specifically pick up on individual people at first. So it was just whoever was in my proximity. But that's what the readings were telling me. Like, you're going to be able to read people from no matter where. And some people that I haven't even met, I've been able to read like way in Cali, and I'm here in Texas and never met them, but they're connected to somebody that I'm connected to, and was able to put that person on game and let them know like, hey, watch that person. And eventually, like a month or so later, they needed to watch that person.
It's fucking sick.
But anyway, to get back around to the point, I was just talking to before we got on live, I was just scrolling TikTok, and what popped up was Honduras. And my reason being that I would like to be there is because Dr. Sebi, right, is, you know who Dr. Sebi is. He has a village there where he tends to you on all levels. Well, not him, but his personnel and who is keeping it running tends to you on all levels. They bring you your daily vitamins, they bring you your herbs, and it's like kind of like a detox thing. And it's just somewhere that you can go to just kind of, let go of reality. And I would love to go visit that.
Me too. Me fucking too. I probably wouldn't want to go back home.
Right.
Like, I need everything you offering every single day.
Exactly. Let me get the
I'm trying to live along like all that, and it's the right ones at that. I definitely will be here. Where we got to sleep under this tree, can I please get some kind of bed with a little bit of sheets or something?
Literally, like, I know, because I know the land is potent.
Huh. But you know what I'm saying? Just get these bugs away right now, though.
Right. Exactly.
What is something you could change about yourself if you could?
Something I would change. Oof. But I don't. Here you go again. I just seen something, right? Because I've been looking for a little guidance when I don't feel like reading for myself, because I feel like it's kind of biased sometimes, even though it's going to come out how it's supposed to, right? Regardless, you're going to get the message you need. Sometimes I lean on other people that read, you know what I mean? And I'm like, just listen to their readings and stuff. And it's been saying, for the most part, like, the thing that I've been like hard on myself about through this season is like, damn, like, you feel too deeply, you know what I mean? Like, but also in those readings, they were telling me like, that's your superpower.
Yeah.
So I can't even say I would change that no more.
Yeah, you can't. You got to keep that for sure.
Yeah.
You definitely got to keep that. What makes you really angry?
Inconsideration.
Yeah, for sure. And that's
blatant
so
inconsideration. Yeah.
And then they want to play victim after that. Like, are we serious right now?
Yeah, and it just sucks because, like, when you're a genuine person in this world, you come into all interactions completely yourself, transparent, honest, you know what I mean? And when people try to slight you, that's what get me ticking a little bit.
Me too.
Like, don't insult my intelligence, and don't
hear me. And I can't stop. They trying to, if they be talking about it's time for you. You got mental issues. Not at all. You fucking just try to play on my top, like in front of my face. Like, do you not?
Right.
And then how dare you try to insult me and tell me I need the mental health?
Imagine being able to actually read people and know shit before they actually tell you, and then seeing them play in your face and be inconsiderate. Like, bro, I gotta stay to myself. Because I would be up under somebody's jail, you know?
Yeah, for sure. That is crazy. Okay, so if you had a crystal ball, man, if you had a crystal ball, could you tell the truth about yourself? Would you, okay, if you had a crystal ball, would you tell your truth about yourself, your life, or your future?
Oh, my life.
Okay, why?
I feel
Why
like because sometimes when you know, and that's crazy because even when I go into, like, let's say you dating somebody, right, and you have this ability to read people, so you could easily, you know what I mean, like cheat the system and be like, yeah, you're not fooling me, you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I try and
Yeah, I like that.
refrain from knowing too much in the future because it kind of spoils where you are currently, you know? So I would rather know just about my life overall.
Is it hard because you can read and you do have that like that nice spiritual gift that it can stop you from like because you can see like this is not going to work, so there's no point in me even like it makes life shorter in senses like
That
because it's
has
like
been my
you're not
lesson.
going to be the person.
That has been my lesson lately because the word of this season is discernment, right?
Uh-huh.
As a collective, the word of this season is discernment. So, whereas I have this Pisces heart that's always just believing in the best of people, you know what I mean? I also have to had to learn to trust my gut. You know what I mean? And yeah, you want this to work out and yeah, you're going to try. I'm a very loyal person and I'll if I care about you, I'm going to fight through whatever we got to fight through in order to make sure that our bond is okay. You know what I mean? And some people aren't like that. So, it be different for me when I be struggling with whether to trust what I just seen in them cards or to just be like, let it play out.
Right, right, okay, for sure. I definitely understand you on that one. Who's your hero?
Ooh, my hero. And you know what's crazy? We're gonna stop doing this. But I was just expressing, this is gonna be kind of long-winded, but I was just online expressing, you probably seen it or whatever, just talking about how now technology and everything has us so disconnected from each other, and the fact that we shoulder our own battles and don't feel like we can lean on people, that's another reason that people are isolated as well. But we've forgotten how to be present for one another, for the people
Right.
that we care for. So with stuff like that, it's like, man, eventually you have to lean on the people that are actually there for you. So in that time that I was expressing that, I had this video of me and my best friend or whatever, my guy best friend, his name is Brandon. And he's back home in the Bay. So when I went home, you know, I basically hung out with him the whole time. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was just like when I posted it just recently, if the caption of the whole, you know, trend on TikTok was like, shout out to that boy that never switched on me, no matter
Yeah,
who did.
same.
You know what I mean? And he is for sure because yeah, that was like I realized when I posted it and I told him and I tagged him on it and I said this is the last time that I actually felt free. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? When
same.
I was with you. You know what I mean? And we were having a good time and we were just in the wind, you know, like I don't get a lot of time to spend time with like my original friends and stuff like that. They got families, they got kids, they got you know what I mean, like partners and stuff like that and they way in Cali, so it's like yeah, but like he definitely is my hero right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Would you like to be famous?
uh I feel like it comes with its pros and cons, but I'm more so the type of person like sometimes I don't want to be seen. Sometimes I don't want to be talked to. Sometimes I don't want to be, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to people. I don't like peopling all the
Right.
time, you know what I mean? So I can only imagine how stressful it could be to be trying to go out to my favorite sushi spot and there's cameras everywhere, you know? Like so I don't know. I don't know if that's something that I want. I really just want to kind of be paid well and lay
Uh-huh.
low.
Right. Understood. Understood. That's kind of like how it would be too. I think being famous would just be a little bit too much. I think it's just a little too much. Wealthy
Yeah.
in doing
And
what I
people
do would be
high.
too.
all of that. Like, people are so just weird with how they, you know, idolize humans these days. You know what I mean? Like, and that's one thing that's starting to fall, you know, in some ways, not all, but people, they idolize these celebrities. Like, celebrity is not a real thing, you know, like, these are human beings that y'all are putting on pedestals, but also y'all forget that they're human too. And y'all do weird shit to them, and y'all stalk them, and y'all, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just not the person that you're gonna be able to stalk because I'm an armed guard.
Right. Right. Shit, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That was a good choice to make. That was a good choice to make. Okay, so if you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or the body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which one would you want?
The body, for sure. Because the wisdom that comes with being 90, I'm gonna take that every day.
I like that idea. Yes, yes, yes. You know, a lot of people say that. A lot of people have been saying like the mind. It's crazy.
Why would you want to go back to being dumb?
No, for real. No, if you could be any, okay, so if you could be any age for the rest of your life, which age would you be?
I'd probably be 40.
Why 40? Have you been 40 before?
No.
Okay. I like.
No, have you been 40 before?
No. Wait a minute.
No. I just look like this. But
no, you look young, but I'm just saying because you picked 40. So I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so maybe she's older than I thought and she just looks real good. So
no, that's the thing. That's what I meant by that. Like, I just look like this. So people can't tell my age. So they never know. That's why it's like, yeah, no, I just look like you can't tell. But I'm 34. I've never been 40 before. But I would say that because I feel like as a woman, I feel like that's when we really get settled into our identity. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of there now, but it's also a lot of stuff that I'm still learning about myself. Things that I want, things that I don't want, things that I'm breaking patterns of, generational curses of. And once you get, like, I've heard many women say, even, you know, how Stella got her groove back, stuff we grew up watching, right? Yeah. She was not old, you know what I mean? She was living her life, finally able to be in a place within herself to, you know what I mean, actually develop in certain ways, you know? So, yeah.
I definitely agree with that too. That's crazy how you put it because I think that's exactly how it is. Like right now, it being that 34, you know, breaking habits, and I think at 40, that's like you're rolling, you're in your shit. You know, exactly
you're in your prime, literally.
And it's crazy. Then it's like in 10 years later, you're 50 fucking years old. Like it's like
exactly. But I feel like people that have done life right, that's when they start to have the most fun. Between their 40s and, you know what I mean, 50s, like they actually like, I'm not finna stress about this. I'm finna enjoy myself. Life too short.
Turn up, drink anymore. Out of the bullshit. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, what's your greatest accomplishment that you've had in your life?
Oh wow, how long did you think about these questions? The greatest accomplishment. I feel like it has been, so background, right, on this is that growing up, my familiar structure, right, in my household, me being the only water sign in it, think about that, with all fire and air and stuff like that, right? I was the one that was the most tapped into my emotions. So eventually I grew up to be like the emotional support, you know, because while, you know, who knows what the story was or, you know, what her, you know, childhood and things like that were. But my mom, she wasn't really super emotionally supportive. You know what I mean? Like she didn't know how to be present in those ways. So one thing I'm most proud of is that my babies, like they didn't come from me, but my nieces, nephews, and little brothers, the way that I was involved in their upbringing and my brothers being in jail and stuff like that, it kind of fell on me as far as like the influence, you know what I mean? And making sure that they stay connected to family and stuff like that. But I feel like it's the way that I raised them. You know what I mean? I'm very proud of them being, you know, well-rounded individuals and being aware of stuff, you know?
And that was nice that you took that on, you know, because not everybody would have done that.
Yeah, no.
They make excuses. Then we start making excuses.
Right.
Do you believe breakfast is important?
Does it come with mimosas?
Exactly. Because if it don't come with it, we don't want it.
We
Okay.
don't want
Period.
it. Yeah, it's important when it's like brunch style. Yeah, I want my steak and my mimosa and my hash browns.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's important.
Okay. And so, what celebrity, if you could have a celebrity best friend, who would she be? Or who would he be?
A celebrity best friend. No, we might be a little too crazy together. We're both Pisces. That
Who?
Janae Aiko.
Oh, I think this shit is so dope. But yeah.
Yeah, but it'll get real deep. Like it'll get real deep because I know her emotions flow deep as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Right. And we're both from the West Coast, so it's like we could be real dainty and real, but when that come out, it come out. You know? Yeah. So I'd probably say outside of that, any celebrity that I could be best friends with. Who do I really fuck with like that? Right. Like who do I feel like would be and that's another Pisces. I feel like Rihanna, like, but we're all Pisces. So it's like
I love Rihanna too. She's a Pisces too. Oh,
yeah. So yeah, I can't think of anyone more like matched to my personality. And so it's like I feel like it would fit, but at the same time, I know it's somebody that I'm overlooking, but we'll get back to that.
Yeah, you and Rihanna would be good friends too. Like you need to go together both you. Yeah. All right, perfect. Okay, so before we get out of here, tell everybody like any kind of performances that they can come watch you at, anything that they can come follow you on.
So you can follow me on Instagram at Tatiana_JEYY. All of my music handle is just one Y, 2 words, Tatiana J, just like on my screen. Also, if you haven't checked out that most recent video, the mic drop video called It's Me, it's available now on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube under Tatiana J as well. TikTok as well is Tatiana J8. So y'all go subscribe there too, add to my community. And yeah, a new album is on the way. I literally have one song to finish, and then I'm going to continue this rollout, drop that video with Chemo soon. And that it's even some politics behind that. And that's crazy at this point. Like,
what?
It's politics behind that. When I shot that video, do you want the story?
Yes, because what? Hold on.
You will be giving the exclusive right now.
Because I have time. Because what?
Yeah, so
you're not even doing it to nobody. This is crazy. You really like literally mind your business. You know, I don't see any type of.
So when I recorded that song with Chemo, right? He came to my session. And I was already recording. I had already finished 2 songs. And so he finally pulled up and I was like, okay, perfect time. I just finished this song. Let's get in. So he brought his girl with him. Right. Mm-hmm. And so cool. We got somebody that can man the camera or whatever, you know, she here to support. Cool, whatever. Now, mind you, when I first met Chemo, naturally I'm an attractive person. You know what I mean? So words were had and, you know, we added each other and stuff like that. But that was a connection I made musically out here. So I wasn't going down that road like that, you know. But yeah, he eventually time passed, and when I seen him next, he showed up with his girl. So I'm like, cool, you know, like ain't no funny business. Like we don't mess with each other like that. So at the end of the day, I'm not tripping, you know. We get in, we record it or whatever. When we get done with the session is over. I'm like, okay, let's run it back. Let's just play it over the speakers. Let's do a little quick promo video or whatever, just to let people know it's coming. Mm-hmm. I give her my phone so that she can record the video. It's probably still on my page. You can find it in like my reels down somewhere, unless I archived it. But yeah, like it was very, for the most part, clean. Like he might have threw a little money around. I might have, you know, dropped down on them knees and stuff like that. But he was in a chair and I was like to the right of him. You know what I mean? So it wasn't no super friendly, nothing, right? It was just business. So everything, like eventually she showed herself to the car while we were finishing up and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, you know, and then, yeah, eventually they left. Nothing happened. Nothing was a big deal. Like, mind you, fast forward a year later to the video shoot that we just had. Mm-hmm. We're out there and like he kind of keeps saying little shit like it's a lot going on right now. It's kind of fucking up something. And I'm like, I mean, I don't know what you mean. Like, you know what I mean? Like I paid for this video, you know what I mean, and everything. I just needed you to show up, you know. So I apologize if something is, you know, going wrong because of this or whatever. But at the end of the day, This is the day we decided on, you know? So yeah, he gets there, and that's my guy though at the end of the day. But he gets there, and you know how he always has his sack on his hair, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. He was going through so much mentally that he had forgot to even put that on. You know what I mean? So I'm already like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, is everything cool? Like, but he's just kind of going through what he's going through. So he shoots a couple scenes, we shoot a couple together or whatever, but we're not technically done. We're supposed to get on the jet ski, you know, but we also having problems with the charger of the jet ski and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know, regardless if it happened, it happened, it don't. We just gonna get some footage. So eventually I got to do another solo scene. So he skates off and gets in his car and pulls off. And they're like, oh, he just left. I'm like, well, I mean, at the end of the day, we got footage, you know, so we got what we need. But I don't know. He said he was going through some stuff. I'm not going to sweat him about it. Like, I appreciate him showing up. 5 minutes later, he pulls back up. And so I'm like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, and then another car pulls next to him. So the car pulls next to him, and he didn't get out for a while. But who gets out the car is his girlfriend, right? So I'm like, I didn't even trip until like they got kind of close, because mind you, so the parking lot is there, then there's a sidewalk, and then we're like 20-30 feet into the grass. You know what I mean? So I'm seeing from a distance when she's trying to get closer, I'm like, who is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, oh, that's his girl. Like, maybe she came to support him or something like that, right? And so she walking like 10 feet in front of him. And eventually, like, he kind of catch up to her or whatever. Like, he didn't run or nothing, so I'm just looking at them kind of walk together for the most part. He didn't run or nothing. He catches up to her and, like, tries to grab her. She throw her arm back, and they start boxing in the parking lot. Like, they start boxing in the parking lot, right? And so I'm like, what the hell going on? And I feel embarrassed for him, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, that's not cool. You out here doing business, and she showing her whole ass, you know what I mean? So I'm like, what's really going on? Like, y'all just going through something personal or what? So eventually they end up making it their way closer to the grass. And all I hear her talking about is, come out here, da, 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 da. You. And I'm looking around. Mind you, my best friend, her name is Tati as well. You know what I mean? So she like, you, Tatiana, da, 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 da. And I'm looking at her, she looking at me, she like, what's going on? She like, you fuck with him? And I'm like, bro, I do not fuck with that man. You know what I mean? She like, her husband is looking at her like, what's going on? Because she's yelling the name that we both share. You know what I mean? So he like, what's really up? So from that point, they still squabbling in the parking lot. They behind the car squabbling, basically, you know? And so she like, no, I want my pay. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, I'm trying to get around my people, because now they like, oh, she talking to you. And I'm going toward her. I'm like, what is you talking about? I'm like, first of all, I said, what are you under the impression of? It don't matter. He told me everything. And woo. I'm like, told you what? Because nothing ever happened. So I'm like, it gotta be some domestic shit that y'all was arguing back and forth. Maybe he threw something in your face just to get you mad, or I don't know. I don't know what the hell it was. You know what I mean? But she like, basically they start arguing. She like, what did you tell me? He like, man, I just told you we flirted and that's it. Da, da, da. And what else did you tell me? He went silent. He didn't say nothing else. And I was like, I looked at her. I said, so you see? I said, you see what's going on, right? She's still mad. She still want to fight. Now, at this point, there's park rangers, sheriffs, and stuff at this state park. You know what I mean? So you basically done called the police coming in here doing that. How is it that you want to fight me and you already called the police? You know what I mean? Like, so from there, you know, it just became a situation where people on the water, on their boats and stuff, everybody's stopping. You got these white people out here looking like, you know what I mean? Like, it's too much going on. So the police pull up, basically blurt the both of them and end up making them leave. But from that point, it was just like, bro, like, and then he called and apologized and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, it's good. I'm like, at the end of the day, like, I can't blame you. You know what I mean? For what you're going through. I said, I hope you elevate from that. You know what I mean? I hope it all works out and stuff like that. I said, but that ain't cool. You know what I mean? She coming in between you. You could have expanded to Cali. You know what I mean? Like, and did some other shit with that. You know what I mean? But this is what you want to prioritize from. He was like, well, you know, I don't know what's going to go on from here and shit like that. But, you know, it's all good. I apologize. I'm like, it's good, you know. And then what I realized shortly after that, the boy done blocked me.
What?
I'm like, bro, listen, I don't got time for none of this shit. That video is still going to drop.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
So, and what she ends up coming out to say is she had a problem with how we was planning her face in the studio.
Insecure.
Baby, if I was gonna play in your face, I'd have been on that man lap.
Man, because what?
Like, please. You know what I mean? So that was what it was. And yeah, here we are.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. People is weird though. That is
Girl,
crazy.
very strange. Because it's like, first of all, you don't even know who you're approaching. Like, I'm already who I am before any certificates or certification or anything like that. But you realize that you're approaching an armed guard.
Like,
I drag bitches out of events for a living.
what made you want to take that job?
Like, it's crazy because before I left Cali, I actually like left the admin industry or whatever and went into security because it paid more. You know what I mean? I was done dealing with the environment that I was in. So when I got out here, the gun laws are a little more flexible. So I was like, yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do it.
And you like it. Have you dragged some bitches?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It gets real interesting at work, but you know, we keep it in line for the most part.
For sure, for sure. Well, it's definitely been a pleasure. We definitely got to get us a live one in though.
Mm-hmm. We
It's just
definitely do.
Yeah,
right.
For sure. I would love that. All right. Well, it's definitely been a pleasure, and we will definitely be in touch.
Mm-hmm. A little more than usual because obviously.
For sure. We're the sisters. You spoke on it whenever you first came in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yep. It's no coincidence, but I definitely enjoyed myself. I appreciate everybody that was in the comments showing love, the new fans, the new supporters. I can't wait to interact with y'all. And thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. All right, love. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. She was super dope. And so was FL Loud. Oh, yeah, I so fucked up his name in the beginning. How dare me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyways, you guys will be definitely seeing more of them. Okay, you guys. Now, don't forget. We're going to say it one more time. We're halfway through the week. Don't forget your goals. You know, positive vibes only. Fuck what those haters got to say. You're going to have positive days. All right. Don't forget to set the tone for your day. Okay. And consistency is key. Believing in yourself. Okay. 369 manifestation. Okay. I'm glad you found me. All right, you guys. Now, tune in on the 21st, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's definitely going down. I got 2 dope special guests. You already know how I do. All right, you guys. Have a good night. We'll see you later. All right. Here we go.